You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Hey guys, looks like your free ride's over, huh? Have fun living on the streets.
Okay, cool. Good chatting, you guys.
Okay, button works that time. Yay! We are back. How's everybody doing? My name's Iron Oxide. Welcome to the Weekly Rogues Gallery, episode 46, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there who's not miserable and alone. Everyone else.
We're just taking shots at Nate.
Dude, I was gonna say, I'm all alone and I'm really sad.
Everyone who's just alone on this holiday.
Me and my imaginary girlfriend are at a fish market right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? My aunt got me a box of chocolates today, and I went and got my mom some flowers, so it hasn't been a bad day.
Hey, there you go. That's sweet.
Yeah,
good job.
Why you gotta gay it up like that, dude? Like
It's not gay.
fucking up the vibe, dude.
That's what happens
Come
when
on.
you're single. You just give stuff to other people.
That is not what happens when you're. Stop telling people that.
We're gonna start calling you Melanie Mac words in like 5 seconds. I swear to God.
We definitely do not give things away to people willy-nilly.
I love my mother. Leave me alone.
That's nice. You go have a nice
me or familiar face.
I hate you guys.
have a mom
We
and
haven't
son
even said
date
hi
night.
to Nick. We just started like just be banning him.
Just immediately start going at Nate.
He's a magnet for the stray bullets.
He waited his whole night just to get like just immediately harassed by all his friends.
You know what? I deserve it. I think so. It's okay.
Oh no. Come on. Speaking of alone, Strider's here too.
That was foul. That was foul.
I got to give you props for that one. Wasn't expecting that.
I had to take it was starting to get a little too heavy on Nate, and you were there, so
It's okay. It's okay. I'm the tallest. I'm probably the tallest one in this room. So
Okay.
You're the person that we sucker punch to make it seem like it's not a targeted attack.
yes,
right.
I will happily step in front of that train.
But we're gonna have a little bit of a different show tonight. There's the movie news like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I just really don't care. Or what is it? The Captain Brave New World.
I'm
I
seeing
didn't
that
see
Sunday
it.
all now.
I've already.
Well, you let me know how it is. I don't even have interest to hate watch anymore,
No.
or cringe watch or anything. I'll wait. Like Daredevil looks good, so I'll actually watch that for a reason.
Dude,
I
I've
would
heard.
not.
I'm cautiously optimistic for Fantastic Four.
Just real quick, I would not put all my eggs into Daredevil basket because you got to remember this is a show that was so bad they shot half of it and they had to reshoot the entire thing from scratch. So
They didn't try to even find anything salvageable in what they originally did. They just killed the whole thing.
They
So I look at
shot
that as
9
a
episodes
positive.
and then killed it. Yeah,
Technically, that could be a good thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like the tides might be turning, so if they scrapped it, started over.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
Dude,
mean, they actually had the sense to say abort.
I'm just surprised that it's TVMA.
And it's not a
In a good way.
It looks like there's going to be some sex in it. Looks like there's going to be some compound fractures and blood seeping through sleeves. Like, when was the last time you saw blood in a Marvel movie? Like, not even the really edgy Echo had anything remotely violent in it.
No.
Except
And
for
you saw the Punisher skull right there in the teaser trailer, so Frank Bernthal's going to be in it. So
Frank
again, caution, whatever his name is, Frank Gore. I'll just call him Shane from Walking Dead, isn't it?
Yeah,
There you go.
hey, this is the multiverse.
Shane rubbing his head.
Yeah. I don't know, Rick. I don't know. I may be fucking your wife. I don't know.
What do you think this is? Do I look like an idiot to you?
Well, let's go around the horn. Selena, how's your week going?
Good.
Awesome.
I just did my hair.
Vagabond, what's going on, dude?
No, just recovering from Orlando MegaCon. Still,
I saw the pictures.
Quite fun.
Yeah. So
You sound exhausted. Like, what did they do to you?
no.
I don't know if I want to know that.
No, they didn't do nothing to me. I had to drive down there and drive back, and so that's like, well, besides driving all day, but yeah, it was fun down there. A lot of drinking when we were out of the con. Went to Universal Studios Orlando for the first time because I only been to all the West Coast parks, so that was my first time at that one.
Yeah, Universal is awesome.
Oh, first time. Yeah, last time we were there was for one of the, when they turned the whole thing into a giant haunted house. Beer Fest. Is that what it's called, Selena?
Yeah.
Well, I think the one in Orlando is called Halloween Horror Nights or whatever.
Halloween Horror Nights. That's what it's
Halloween
called.
Horror Nights. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what?
it's the
I only
same thing
been,
in Hollywood.
Oh, okay. So I only been originally to the all the Hollywood ones. So Disneyland, Disney, Universal Hollywood, and then Knott's Berry Farm, and Magic Mountain or whatever. But everything on the East Coast, this is my first park there.
Right on,
I
right
went there
on.
in
It looked like you had a
22,
good time. Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I went there in 2022, like for the Orlando meetup, but we got there too late to actually do anything for the rides and stuff. So I was really sad. And we didn't really know people yet because that was 3 freaking years ago. So it's not like my brother likes to go on the rides, so I would have just been running around the park by myself. That's not fun.
Yeah,
I haven't been to a meetup since Orlando, so
Yeah, that's where we met.
Yep, I remember you. Your hair was green then.
Yes, yes, it was. But
It's
I get a
more of a
wild
blue
hair up
now.
my ass, and I change my hair color. It's just how it is. Green's my favorite color. So.
It's green. It's green in spirit. There you go.
Technically.
Oh, there's some green in there.
It's just right here, but
Once
Nice.
it's St. Patrick's Day, she never gets pinched.
I was gonna say,
They've been drinking too
you
much
should
to
see my
care.
freaking closet. There is absolutely no way in hell, even if my hair were pink, never gonna happen. But my wardrobe, I could just be decked out in every shade there is. Just saying.
So on St. Patrick's Day, you're gonna have your hair green. You're gonna see the foggy dew from Sinead O'Connor. Is that what's happening?
Rest in peace.
Can't make any promises here. Depends on my mood.
Society, how's your week going, man?
It's going pretty well. It was a pretty solid week. It was kind of uneventful, but then I figured out a new real estate scam that I'm pondering whether I should do or not, and I can make some money doing off of that. I don't have to do YouTube anymore. Imagine being so rich you don't have to do YouTube anymore. Like times have changed.
Wait a minute.
So
See, every time I hear
Aside
that,
coin
like
coming out.
YouTube, I'm like that meme. You get paid for this?
Exactly right.
There's that next guy. You guys are getting paid?
Yeah.
Remember the time long ago, like 10 years ago, where people were making videos of like, oh, I just got 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm gonna quit my job at Best Buy now.
Shit.
Damn it. I've been sold a false bill of goods.
Mhm.
And nothing's changed in a decade.
Yep.
And Strider, what's going on, man? How's your
Doing
Valentine's Day going?
Yeah, doing pretty good. Tomorrow's my birthday. I turned 35, so that's fun.
Nice.
Oh, holy
but
shit! Happy birthday!
Youngin.
Thank you.
Happy
I made
birthday.
my own birthday cake, which is the first time I've ever done that. So I have an entire what's called poke jello cake. You know what that? I'm actually excited about it. Fuck you.
I was trying so hard not to say anything.
Bro, that is the saddest shit I've ever heard. Don't ever tell anybody that.
No, I'm
And when I say I made my own
bummed
cake, I
out
basically
now.
just ate frosting out of the pot with a spoon.
I mean,
It reminds me of
Bro,
that
lie about
stuff
that
where
shit.
Jesus makes sitting there with his birthday cake on Christmas. Happy birthday to me.
No, let him finish. Let him finish.
Bro,
no,
just lie
actually,
about
fuck
that
you,
shit.
because I got an entire jello cake to myself to eat for the next 2 weeks, and I am so happy.
That
about
sounds
it.
That
nice.
is
Sad. You're
Yeah,
going to be
easy,
eating
easy,
cake
easy,
alone for
easy,
2
easy,
weeks.
now.
You just made it sound worse than what it already is.
God damn, dude.
Then he's gonna call himself a rapper and sue
Guys,
Lyft and shit.
F's in the chat so Strider knows he has friends. I'm afraid this won't
Yes,
end well.
please.
F's in the chat if you're friends with Strider.
We love you,
Strider. Happy birthday.
Thank you very
We
much.
love you. You can't prove it with this stream, but we do.
Right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well, actually, it actually is going to be kind of fun because tomorrow we're doing D&D, and I did request, of course, on my birthday, I did request that everybody wear like Hawaiian shirts.
I'm going to wear the ugly white
flowery and-
douchebag shirt you guys have been giving me shit for.
Oh, yeah.
So
Dude,
we're
I
going to
got
look
the same thing, so go right ahead.
on
Did you
a Hawaiian
request-
vacation, and you're going to look like a Persian Coke dealer.
Yes.
Did you request that because it's the only
100%.
way you're gonna get laid?
Oh!
Happy birthday,
Bullshit
Strider.
confidence.
I'm sorry.
He's gonna eat even more cake frosting now, thanks to you.
Oh, I fucking needed this laugh. Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, guys.
man.
CGI works for me. I'm not Tom Selleck, but I would love to be.
Strider. Strahd's going to show up in a polo just for you, bud.
Polo and pleated light tan khakis.
There will be no Netflix and chill, just Tubi and lotion. That's it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let's
Moving
do
on.
some-
Theo, how's your week going, man? I know
I'm
you had
doing-
a show recently.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I've been on the road a bunch. I was in Medford, Oregon, and then I was in Richland, Washington, and then I had a show in town for fucking once, and then I have another show in town next week, and then Spirit Lake, Idaho. But for the next 4 days, I'm all yours, baby. Oh, and I'm doing a very special episode of Touch Grass tomorrow. It's going to be Touch Grass Investigates Porn Books. I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited. Gal's going to be on that panel. Selena's going to be on that panel.
Excited.
It's going to be a bunch of gals palling around, good old fashioned yap sesh, and my 100% male audience can just.
Why does it sound like an orgy?
Information.
Sounds like a dream come true.
The funny thing is, regardless of the conversation, your male audience will tune in. I can assure you of that.
Yeah,
they're very.
Hopefully, none of the pages are sticky when you're turning them.
You have to make it weird.
We're talking about porn books, and that made it weird.
Right. Now, just to clarify, by porn books, you're talking about like the trashy romance novels, right?
Okay,
like,
so it's
50 Shades of Grey, shit like that.
Yeah. So it's like it's a little. It's going to be dark romance, romantasy, and erotica is all going to be kind of discussed. And because I now know what the distinctions are between all those things. I didn't want to know this before I started looking into it. I didn't want to have that information, but now I do. And I've read a bunch of them, and I don't want to get into it, but oh my God, it changed the way I look at women. I gotta be honest with you. Now that I know what you guys are into sexually, it's really hard.
Hey, don't start lumping everybody. I just like my Victorian era romance, okay?
Theo read Twilight and wanted to blow his brains out.
Yeah, it's
everybody who read Twilight wanted to blow his brains out.
Oh man. Well, I'm looking forward to that one. I'll definitely be tuning in. So, Nate, how's your week going, buddy?
Well, my week has just been one big ass emotional roller coaster. Some of you know, some of you don't. That's okay, but I'm doing a lot better today. I streamed Ghost Recon Wildlands for like 3 hours last night. Got to go through Bolivia and take out them damn narcos, son. Someone's got to.
Yeah. All right.
But
we're all gonna look like him tomorrow.
But nah, man, just other than that, been working on D&D stuff and just trying to keep my head on straight. That's it.
All right. Cool. Well, moving on to our special guest of the evening, Gal, making her glorious return to the show. How is everything going? Haven't seen you on here in a long time. So what's up?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? I feel like a lot's changed. Oh, but I loved the intro. I missed that intro.
Yay, me too.
Luckily, I didn't have to make one since I already had that from like almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank God.
Good to keep assets.
Exactly.
But I'm glad to be back. It's going to be a lot of
Awesome.
fun.
It's been 84 years.
It's true. So.
Well, before we get into the first topic, we'll take a quick say hi to the chat. Let's see who we got. Yeah. Got to scroll all the way back up to the top. Lawrence Knight made it in first. What's going on, man? And speaking of, he's going to be a guest next month. So really looking forward to that. We got Angry Vulcan here. Vagabond was second, but he's right there. So we don't need to talk to him in the chat. Cyphex is here. What's going on, man? We got Drunken Emerald, a host of Insert Title Here, which will be on pretty much immediately after this show. So go check that out. We got Diana, Master Hobo. Greetings, fellow Gooners from the homeless shelter. Happy Gooners Day, everyone. Happy Gooners Day, Hobo. We got the lovely Sherry. What is going on? And what up, Cliff? I think I covered.
Thanks, Cliff.
About everyone. Battsauce, Cliff. Maybe joining the show later if we got room. We got Static. Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips.
It's better than Dermy. God damn it. Why did
and Bruce, and if anybody else pops in, we'll say hi as the show goes on. So, gonna go ahead and get right into it. The first topic of this evening, and this is your fault, Gal, because you kind of started a little controversy here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. You did a poll recently that got a lot of attention.
A little bit.
So,
pushy.
And there's a lot going on that we can kind of relate to with this, from things kind of personally within this whole sphere to just in general outside stuff. But so you've been mulling it over for a few weeks and trying to get your thoughts together, blah, 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 blah. A lot of topping. So we'll get right to it. Question, which is worse? See, again, if it were a guy that wrote this, it would be so much shorter.
Yes, absolutely. But I am a woman.
She had to like get there, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like my flowery words. But we'll discuss that tomorrow in the porn.
Jesus Christ.
I love you.
So, which is worse? And the winning was both are equally terrible, but the questions were
I shouldn't
one,
have put that in there. I should have just like
that was kind of, it's like, yeah, you would have gotten a lot more confliction if you left that one out.
Yeah.
That gave a
I
lot
might
of people
do
an
it later.
out.
But if
Which
you,
is
if you
worse?
divide it in half, then you can still apply both of them to the. You can apply both of them to both categories, and hypocritical
That is
looks
way
like
too much math.
the top one still works. I mean, just saying.
Where it says both are equally terrible, you might as well have put, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have done the third
I'm not
one.
touching that one.
Or you may fit into this category if you're voting for both, for one or the other.
You should have done like C. The third option was just C results.
True.
Did they do that? Yeah.
Number one, women who constantly manipulate men via sexually explicit posts, constant sob stories for pity, playing victim to distract from bad behavior, etc., while simultaneously spewing Christian conservative right-leaning talking points they clearly don't truly believe in, or maybe just using for clout, or conservative/right-leaning men who blindly support these women while simultaneously, that's a hard word to say, complaining about women who do those exact same things or call out others, whether on the same side or other, for white knighting, etc., throwing hate at white knights, then turning around and doing the same thing just because it's a woman on their side, therefore trustworthy. That covers a whole lot of bases on both sides.
Why is
So-
Savage Dad
I
shirtless?
feel like Theo's being personally attacked right now.
Hey yo. Here's the thing. Since I got called out, I'll address this right now. I'm surprised to see that women are kind of like running away with it. I see that as like men abdicating responsibility. The truth is, if men were acting right, women would fall in line. The reason they're doing this, the reason they're doing the shit is
Why
because
is your
women
shirt
are
off?
enabling it.
I was gonna say,
I need to see hands at all times now.
I'm
I was
single,
working
and even I'm fully dressed.
Yeah,
What a
working
man.
outside.
What a save some pussy for the rest of us.
I was gonna say,
I'm sitting here talking, and all of a sudden I look down and there's some shirtless bastard sitting there drinking a Mike's Hard apple cider or whatever that is.
He pointed out the fact that he was shirtless.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. How sad.
Hard, I'm not.
He'll just club your girlfriend in the head and drag her out of the bar with her hair.
You wanted hands. Here's hands right here. That's why right there. See,
I can only get
There's
so
hands.
hard.
No, he just got home from a dress rehearsal of Streetcar Named Desire, apparently.
No, I just got out from underneath my camper trailer. One of my tires sidewall had separated, and we have to take it in to get worked on tomorrow. Thank God I saw that. That would have been a fucking disaster.
Well, I'm just glad you're okay after your trailer park was destroyed in the horrible hurricane a few months ago. So it's good to see you're safe.
I live in Arizona.
all sounds like
I
gay.
should
I
laugh
wish I got
eventually.
hurricanes.
Very
I wish that would happen here.
Yeah, I gotta separate that sidewall.
Looking like
So I
Red
kind of
Bull
agree.
So-
A
double.
little later.
Sorry, Gal. What'd you
Back
say?
to topic.
No, you're fine. I tend to agree with Theo. I actually am surprisingly, if anyone knows me, this will surprise them, but I'm actually in the camp that men are worse. Some of the comments on this did kind of persuade me to possibly change my mind, but I hold men in a higher regard than I hold women because I dislike most women. Like Selena is the rare exception. She's my boo.
Theo's so happy about
Fucking
that.
queen.
And so like men falling for this type of stuff or like blindly following it frustrates me to no end, especially if it's men I know. And who am I to just sit there and say, yo, dude, like that chick is clearly like lying or she's manipulating. Stop being a simp. And so it's especially frustrating when it's men that I know who hate that in like twinks or the dumbasses on the left. And so that's kind of where this post was coming from, because I was seeing it semi-frequently at the time. And because I hold men in a higher regard than women, I myself would have voted to the second one. But there were some persuasions that I enjoyed discussing in the comments.
Yeah.
Was my persuasion good?
Yeah.
I'm definitely in the I think it's worse on the men's part, because kind of don't hate the player, hate the game. Like that can be said with the guys that are ridiculously supportive of some of them that are no more than glorified, Twitter OnlyFans models. It's like
Razor.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding? Exactly. It goes right into Goonergate, and the people defending Melanie Mack, who were just a few months ago saying no Stellar Blade censorship bad. Now, well, it's okay. The game doesn't really serve any purpose. Blah blah blah. We need higher quality. We got to set higher standards for entertainment, and I guess I'm a Christian too. Okay,
John.
Hot girl has opinion.
Dude,
everybody
John
else has
wants
opinion,
to fuck Pokemon.
That man. The worst part about it is that is not an exaggeration. That is actually the case.
No, that man took one look at Lucario's ass and was like, "Ooh."
What's so funny about that? What's so funny about that to me is, so like Melanie Mack, for example, I have a lot of frustration with that woman because she simply refuses to acknowledge her hypocrisy on that subject. It's the hypocrisy of it all. That's like me making this post, right? And also having done a bikini stream. But if I were to constantly be doing that, but also constantly harping on we shouldn't be doing these things, we shouldn't be making thirst traps, and just spewing all of those conservative ideals, when I also just every time I stream on Wednesday, I'm in a bikini in a hot tub. But that's not what I'm doing. Like, there was a specific reason for the bikini, and I have my tits out tonight. It's fucking Ghal-entine,
and you looked awesome.
Yeah, and it's also
Is
kind of
that
making
they're
fun
calling
of
Lonely Women Day Ghal-entine?
That is the opposite of what I wanted today.
But if that woman would acknowledge her hypocrisy in some of the things that she does, I would be less frustrated with her. And that also goes back to this post where these women are constantly doing it, and like I'll sit back and watch and not say anything because it's not my fucking place, and it's also seen as terrible. So if Selena and I were to talk bad about these women, instantly, like, you hear it all the time. I was listening to a Yellow Flash video today, and he was talking about how women hate each other, and I'm like, there is so much nuance to that. Women do hate each other, but there are levels. So like the mean girl types are different than the tomboys, and yes, I am making this a personal freaking example right now. Mean girls are fucking cunts, okay? Sorry.
No, that's
No,
fine.
you're good. You're good.
Cunt. I love that word. I say it as often as I can.
Like I said, he didn't need the money. It's fine.
Hey,
We're not monetizing.
You have it before, don't need it now.
So like those women of that caliber tend to want to spill the tea, as it were, or constantly be gossiping about different things and then talking shit about their best friend as soon as they leave for the day or something. And then there's women like Selena and I, where we see some evil shit, and between the two of us we discuss it, but it's not out of a malicious nature. It's literally like, don't be like that. You're awful. I'm not going to associate with you. And so it's hard for us to kind of navigate that. That's why both of us tend to kind of just sit back and hang out with the dudes, because it's so much more chill. And
it is
like, I don't know why I just went on that tangent. It kind of just happened. But
I mean, when we take off our shirts, so
basically what she's saying, to sum it up, is women suck and men are just simple creatures, and we like that.
No. Those things are true. First, I do, but there is like an incentive for women to kind of like function like a labor union to keep the price of pussy high. And when these girls are out here It's true.
That is
you
a
guys need to band
fantastic
together and punish
about
these hoes because every time
Get
you
a
got
cheap.
somebody who's crossing the picket line and setting the price of pussy low, it drives down the price of pussy for everybody. I actually have a chart about this. This is a whole
Take a shot every
thing.
time he says pussy.
Like pussy inflation is actually one of the most serious
I mean,
problems.
we're basically on
This
like
close to saying pussflation, and you beat
I was
me.
gonna say technically it'd be better to be like pussyflation, not like
Yeah.
both words fully. But
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
like
I mean, we're basically
Well,
like in
that
a
Trump's
so
next
well
policy.
the popular internet
Did you
term
guys
is
see pussy
hoflation, where
Mhm.
Yes.
in general, but this is specifically, and I think this is kind of what we're dealing with. But here's the thing: I'm a believer in benevolent patriarchy, so I think that men bear 100% of the responsibility for how society is going. So if society sucks and there's hoes everywhere, that's men's fault. Women are just following incentives. If men were acting right, if men were being responsible and virtuous in public, and if they weren't simping publicly, then women would follow the incentives to behave in a virtuous manner. But men set the tone, and right now the tone men are setting sucks. It's weak, it's passive, a little gay, not great, you know. And I will say, in defense of Melanie Mack for just one moment, she's functionally retarded. She doesn't have the IQ. Listen, she does not have the IQ bandwidth to reflect on her own behavior or analyze her own beliefs.
Guys.
She's just going from dopamine hit to dopamine hit. You know, like she's been ideologically captured to the point of insanity. And I just think if I gave her a big enough hug, that borderline personality disorder would clear right up. She'd fall in line. She'd start making banana bread.
Careful,
that
'cause-
way.
Now,
I'm just saying.
literally just went on a crusade against simps and then right back in
I
line.
mean, if
I'm
anybody
complicated.
here who's had younger sisters,
change her.
anybody here who's had younger sisters or daughters in a teenage year, I don't know if anybody here has, but I have two younger sisters. They're both they're adults now, but I remember them when they were teenagers, and that's where I see her mental and intellectual capacity is of that of a 14-year-old girl.
I can fix her, guys. It's okay.
So there was
I can
actually
save her.
there was I think it was Tomby was the first one. He actually gave the scenario of it's kind of a chicken and an egg situation where like if men didn't allow it to happen, women wouldn't do it because it's so lucrative.
Right.
Because it's not lucrative if men didn't
There's
allow
no
it to
buyer,
happen.
there's no seller.
Right.
Yeah. So I do want to blame women here in that aspect, which is funny because I was just blaming men, right? Where you were saying that it's the men's fault. Well, women kind of manipulated men into giving them the vote back in the day, and that's what led us to this spot because it kind of made men more effeminate.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but it was only about, I think it was like a fifth of women who pushed to have the vote. Even most women at the time didn't think that was a good idea. It was men who were pussy whipped and allowed this to happen, right?
Well,
I really think
it was not benevolent. They were like, "Oh, we have a new voting block we can pander to." That's it. There's nothing. There was nothing good nature. There's nothing human rights about any of that shit. It was all.
And I blame male feminists who are the biggest, the worst manipulative incel people on the planet that will do and say anything if they thinks it gives them an in. Like, oh yes, McQueen, anything you want. They are the worst. They're the scourge of existence, and
you know,
they're also most likely to be an actual predator.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to the post, I wouldn't limit that to just male feminists, though. Like I'm gonna keep us on topic, okay? This is
You
my
mean
fucking
actual
topic.
rapists?
Yeah, but there are dudes on the right that are like men's men. But the moment that a woman seemingly is vulnerable, whether it's truthful or not, they use it and they show in other ways where it's potentially questionable that maybe those vulnerabilities are just being used to manipulate those men who they're manipulating men's nature to be protective.
Right.
Bingo.
And so this is also what motivated me to make the post, because I do see some of my friends out there that are just like jumping at the chance to save a woman. And that woman, I'm not pointing fingers here. This is not the point of the post.
Theo,
and I just met Theo, so I'm going to be on his side here. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm a horny bitch.
Okay, prof, listen here. With your goddamn soundboard. I am going to unpack mine eventually, and I'm going to catch you saying some weird shit. and it's going to be on.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it, Toots. Let's go.
Toots? Oh.
Please put on a shirt before you.
I'm drinking with no shirt on. I'm ready to go. Anything happens tonight.
Dude, fucking roll. I'm down.
It's like
I'm not even gonna shower.
I'm gonna cut down some trees later today and carry some water up a hill.
Yeah, something. This is something.
Traveled 10,000 miles to give you my seed.
So yeah, Selena, Gal's getting at something here, and Selena is kind of echoing that. There's a dark side to women's nature that a lot of men don't think about. One of the rules that I live by is if a woman is crying for an audience, the tears are performative until proven 100%. Otherwise. I never assume a woman who's emoting publicly and loudly is sincere. I always assume manipulation first. And guess what? I'm almost never wrong.
I was going to say that got you.
It's like when a woman gets
like,
Well, I mean, the past couple
this has been a survival.
It's like when a
thing
woman
for me.
gets caught cheating and then she starts crying.
Oh
yeah. It's
best recent example, Selena Gomez. I'm sorry, I wish I could do something about the Mexican people that I'm not even a part of. There's not a tear in her fucking eye. And the thing is, what's so funny is that everybody, like, again, I'm going back to Instagram, all my For You page is full of leftist loon bags, specifically women, who are all crying on camera for one reason or another. That's downright pathological. If you're doing it for intention and for nothing else, it's not a vulnerable moment. You're doing it for clout and you're doing it for sympathy because you know it works. Yeah. And you may actually somewhat feel whatever you're feeling genuinely, but you do that in private if it's real. You don't cry and weep and moan and scream at the results of an election or the results of a policy decision or people getting or use it as a platform to spout your left-wing ideology. You do it because you know people are going to listen because they're fooled into thinking that you're being authentic, and they know exactly what they're doing. I think it's kind of proving his point.
This is not going to be an example for every woman because, like I mentioned, I'm a fucking tomboy. So I despise
Obviously.
Hey, listen, I have to keep the hat. All right. Like, I have a million. Like it might be forward sometimes, it might be backwards, but it's on my head. But I hate when I need to cry. I will hide in my room and keep it quiet, or I will cry in the shower. I do not want a fucking camera in my face, and I will not post a video of it. That's whenever I see that. I cannot comprehend it. So, like, therefore, I can't speak for every woman, but real, authentic women, because that's what I am, bitches. Yeah. What? I cannot comprehend that fact. You're looking the wrong way, Prof.
It should have been me, not
him. And so that's why I can't speak for all women, like women not like me. But that's why I don't trust it at the same time, because it's performative for the most part. Like I just can't do it. And I know Selena's the same way. I'm going to speak for her because she's
I don't talk much.
She doesn't like to talk. I will talk for her because she's my girl.
Well,
but you're right. You're right.
No, who's the most male feminist here? That's the attitude you need. That's the attitude male feminists have.
Lord,
step aside, woman. I will talk for you.
Do not speak unless
Remember,
spoken to.
the tomboy.
Was she woman-splaining for another woman?
Nah,
I got a
Feminine?
bit
What
much
do
of
we
the
call that?
patriarchy flowing through me, I guess.
And to kind of
you
shovel
wish it
some more of
was.
the responsibility on the guys. One of my biggest pet peeves is the guys who exhibit that behavior without even realizing it. They're the hypocrites that complain about it, like simp culture and this and that, but are also can be some of the biggest simps you ever see in your fucking life, depending on who it is. Melanie Mack, like right now, they don't even know what to do because there's that little bit of a viral tweet from Adrian Curry, another right talking points, former model, attractive lady. She's talking shit about Anna Paulina Luna. Everybody knows about that, who's actually doing something big for the country, you know, with her involvement, but they don't know which lane to get in. And it's kind of funny watching some of these guys implode, because some of the ones in the comments are some of the biggest adversaries to that kind of behavior, but they're just here white knighting. Are you that afraid to say that was a stupid opinion?
Yes.
Or maybe you're just being a mean girl.
Is though, dude.
I seen a lot of guys on our side on the back end of things where, like, you know, where like the audience won't get to see, where it was like hey, she's on our side, so we'll just let it pass. She's good for the she's good for the culture war or whatever. So
Yeah,
that's
she's an
why-
ally.
Yeah. So it's like, we can't call we can't call her out or whatever. And then like next thing you're like, let's try to stream with her and stuff. We'll
This
ignore
is
all
how
the
you-
other shit.
Yeah,
That's exactly how you end up just like the left, dude, because that's what they would do. You didn't gatekeep your own side. You didn't like have arguments and discussions with people where like, hey, no, you're actually not right on this point. You actually are missing the point entirely, or you're fucking retarded, or you're acting like a fucking simp in this instance, but in this instance, no, you're not ideologically or intellectually consistent at all. And that's really what
the hell is
sounds
that
like
noise?
there's a demon trying to get out of here.
There's a lot of feedback coming.
I'm about to call an exorcist. What the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
what
here?
was that?
I'm not
Okay,
sure.
everybody
I
talk.
moved
I
my
think it's
phone.
Prof.
Strahd has invaded the chat.
So-
Out here though.
It's Prof.
Yeah. You got some weird feedback coming from your.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
I think,
Maybe it's
unless
yours.
it's either you or Selena. It's always either you or Selena. Let me mute her real quick.
Is root beer really
Alright,
that
talk,
bad
bro.
that it summons demons? Like, good lord.
Barks, maybe. I'm an A&W girl, though,
Hold on.
so I'm a little
It's coming
biased.
back. There it is. All right, Mike.
I am a universal root beer
Okay,
lover.
yeah,
I don't
it's-
care
it's
what
not you,
brand. I will
Selena.
drink it
Put
all.
some ice cream in
Is
it,
it
and I
me?
won't care.
It's probably Thor.
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's
just
definitely
only
Prof.
scoring.
I don't know
So-
what it would be though.
I think it went away.
His feet wants him to put on
my
a
garage
shirt.
door's open. So you close that. It might be traffic outside.
Oh, put on a shirt.
Okay.
Put on a shirt. Be uncomfortable.
Well,
here's what it is.
Sexuality is too fluid for my
Don't
liking.
show us your. Don't show us your pepperoni nipples.
Gal, should I put a shirt on as the person with the least top on?
I mean, I could make it less.
You look like a silverback gorilla. Put a shirt on.
I don't know. But
Not you, Gal.
between the two ladies and Prof, this is turning into a real thirst trap
I'll go
stream.
put a hoodie
so-
on, Prof, if that's what
Oh,
you
don't
like.
do that.
Well, no,
damn
I'm
it.
saying Gal should decide if I put a shirt on tonight, since she came with the most. Well, her and Selena, I guess, are both.
You guys are part
I
of the
just need
problem.
Women.
I just need to see hands.
Just
like,
saying, this is the thing we were just fucking talking about.
So I need to see hands approximately every 38 seconds, but let's do it. Good, like 30
Joke's on you. It's not going to take you 38 seconds.
No,
You need
flat 30, flat 15, say 10. But still.
I've
I'm just
priced it
wait-
5 times since I've been here.
I mean, they're already greased up.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah,
But
You just underestimate me
nobody-
right now.
This isn't well, this is grit, not grease and dirt and tire shit.
I mean, if it's slippery, it's slippery. So,
So I did want to actually, real quick, just to call back to what I was talking about earlier. Like, if Selena or I were to bring this up, people would call us mean girls.
It's true.
If we say anything, and that's kind of where I lean towards. This is somewhat men's responsibility, because if women were to call it out, it's going to instantly be reacted to with, "Oh, you're just being a mean girl," and not that
Or a
I've
bitch.
ever been that in my life, because
I
if someone
like
were to
a
fucking
mean.
call me that, I would laugh at them. But men need to take that responsibility, because women are going to get attacked from either side for whatever they do.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
men do get the same treatment there too.
But you're right.
Like
It's men's responsibility to deal with the mistreatment, though.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, if a bunch of shrieking harpies on the internet call you a sexist, it's not that big a deal. You can just ignore it. They
Yeah.
literally can't do anything to you. Like, just
Well,
ignore it.
I'm talking about like the men that are on our side.
right back.
Like there are people that I know that I could see instantly being like, "Oh, you're just being mean. You shouldn't be so mean to her."
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Again, I am not here to name names, but there are people that would do that.
Like, that
Well,
would
here's the
come to
thing.
you with like, "Oh, she's just a girl. Leave her alone."
Yes, the protective nature of it.
Can we?
And-
Can,
But you're
can
right,
we?
though.
Can we bring back backhanding? I'm just asking for a friend.
I'm all for it.
So here's the thing,
Oh, it
like,
shouldn't be a
as
roll of
far as
thumb.
like
Just take a
Vagabond's
break, you
point
roll the rest.
of like, the whole, oh, they're on our side, we can't say anything about this. So I got into a little tiff with Razorfist earlier this week because he had commented on like an out of context clip from like Hitman, and I mentioned previously on this thing that it's like, yeah, you went all in on the Goonergate thing, yet you're a big fan of Hitman, which quite literally is about a bald guy who murders people for money, right? Somehow that's morally fine, like in his eyes. And then of course when I made this point earlier this week, he decided to upright block me, and that's where that whole thing ended. This is why so many people are afraid to go after the Razor Fist and then the Melanie Max is like, oh, they're the bigger YouTubers, so if I say something off red, they may block me, and then that closes whatever future opportunity I thought I had in my head with that person. It's like, so be it.
What? Just because they're just because they're bigger YouTubers, that's supposed to mean that they're closed off from criticism? What kind of fucking mentality is that?
Because
I mean,
these people are still thinking that they can angle some kind of like future collaboration with Melanie or Razorfist. So when they say something that they clearly don't agree with, they'll basically like just lay low and don't say anything publicly because like, well, I don't want to burn that bridge just yet, brother. Like one of that whole type of thing. And
Razorfist,
like, at the end of the day, it's not worth it.
Razor Fist is just another one of those idiots that drank the Melanie Mac. He drank the Melanie Mac juice and just
don't say it that way.
God damn.
Bro, I don't know.
Just my bad. My bad.
No,
Nate.
Nate just got your stream.
It was either that or
drier than the Arizona desert in January. Okay?
It was either that or Kool-Aid. None of them sounded great either way.
You see, is concrete dust.
No, I say drinking the Melanie Mac juice sounds a lot dirtier.
Right.
You know what I was trying to say. They're both
ain't no
retarded
juice
in
in
the
Now,
both
if he said it
different
tasted
races.
like pineapples and lavender, then that'd be worse.
She looks dry, bro.
Anyway,
to add to the point. Oh well, my bad. You go.
I was gonna say, end of my point. They're both retarded and hypocrites.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Well, to add to
oh god.
To add
one at a time, guys. One at a time.
Sammy just mentioned the Amaranth.
Did you guys see the actual side scrollers? Where the last side scrollers Razor Fist was on?
Yeah.
So if you don't watch the
purpose.
clipped up version, if you watch the actual one, so when it came to my comment and it was like, no one's attacking you.
Oh wait, yeah, I did see this.
Yeah, like no one's attacking you because of your religion. But the problem is like okay, First Descendant compared to what's the Stellar Blade?
Stellar Blade.
Like, why does one get the pass and the other one's different when obviously Stellar Blade is obviously worse, right?
It's more goonery. I think it's excellent.
And she liked to harp on the intent of it, and I'm like, how could the intent of
not
Stellar
only
Blade?
that, if you don't watch Fatinga's cut, if you actually watch the side scroller piece, Razor Fist responds to me saying, "Oh well, I don't care for any of these games." Then why'd you interject yourself in this shit?
Right.
Place? Like,
then sit down and shut the fuck up.
It's funny when non-gamers want to tell gamers what they can and can't enjoy. Like John Delarose, I've never heard him talk about a video game once before.
And I mean, like, let's be clear. Razor Fist is definitely a gamer. He streams every week, like 6 hours. So I mean, he's
streaming right now.
He knows his stuff when it comes to gaming. But yeah, for that one, it was definitely not wise.
Yeah, the problem is okay. Well, say you take his word for it, he doesn't care about any of these games. That was the original point of contention from everyone. It was like, the religion stuff, I said that's a deflection because, like, oh, I'm being attacked because of my religion. Maybe one or two people are, but the majority is calling out the hypocrisy and like, oh, they're attacking me because of my Christian values. No, we're not.
Yeah,
it's
all
why
fine
is
and
one
dandy
get a
when
pass? And why is the other one don't get a pass? And I don't care about these. So why'd you interject yourself? Because you're like really trying to simp for Melanie. Like, just get out of here and don't even involve yourself in this conversation.
Well, for her,
it's even that Vagabond. I really think that what it was is a lot of these, like John Delarose and Razor both, to different extents, are guys that want to try to ride this algorithm because they know they're going to make money off it. They're going to get clicks off it. They're going to get that whole fucking Goonergate thing just reeked of fucking clickbait jack-offery because not a single fucking one of those dipshits was at all consistent in anything they've said. Not even years in the past, but months in the past. And that's why I was just like, I don't even want to engage with your idiocy here. But John De La Rose got so fucking annoying that I had to mute him. He peaked out in the idiotic attempts at simping over.
What the hell? What was that?
Oh, that was Prof. But yeah, so
but ultimately at the end of the, I don't know. I think especially when women have a bad opinion, yes, because that does happen. I think to Gal's point, men do have a tendency to want to defend her somehow, maybe, and for whatever reason, they may not agree, but maybe they're like, oh, come on, give her some credit, like lay off, guys. Don't get so mean. And I can't necessarily, because I mean I've felt that a couple times and I realized like they're big girls, they're adults, they can handle the consequences of their actions, they can handle the backlash, and let them. You don't need to step in. I don't need to step in.
It's worse than that. It's worse than that because it's not just a point of, oh, this person, let's give them credit for at least she had an opinion kind of thing. But not calling out, especially when it's somebody in your scene on your side, then you absolutely have to call them out. Would you be afraid to call out a guy that on your side that says something stupid? Not in a fucking second.
No,
the fear of criticizing women is ridiculous. And that's why women get away with so much. You almost can't blame them because nobody's willing to call it out. If you have a stupid opinion about, I still like you, I still like Adriana Curry, but I think she stepped in it this time and she has a stupid opinion. She probably shouldn't have said. It's funny now and she deserves to be made fun of just like anybody else. And I still like her just fine.
Yeah. Two things can be true at once. You can say something drop dead stupid, but we can still like you and still move on because we all make mistakes. We've all said dumb shit.
And then there's Melanie Mack, she's just clinically retarded.
Hey,
Theo, know better than this, that at least 1 week out of every month, we shouldn't listen to their opinions at all anyways.
Hey, Theo, society, should we bring back shaming?
Yes. Oh my
just
God.
not during that week.
And equal opportunity shaming too.
Well, you know what I found so interesting is what it was actually kind of blew my mind because finishing up Landman.
Blew your mind?
I've watched that show twice through, and I'm amazed that Angela's time of the month factors into the character, factors into her responses to things. I have never seen that on a TV show. And that's actually quite compelling because that shows, because I think it's realistic. And Gal, you can confirm, probably every woman who's ever existed can confirm, especially during that time, go a little nuts. And that's perfectly fine. We love you anyway. But like that's the first time, that's as far as I know, the first time I've ever seen a TV show actually dare to posit that position that, hey, where are you on your cycle, honey? Like, she just breaks down in tears. It's like,
to be fair, Taylor Sheridan rates all of his women batshit fucking insane.
That's
just
true.
All of them. Look at all the main characters anyway. Beth from Yellowstone, completely fucking psychotic.
I do want to warn you
the daughter and the mom and Landman. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
I would warn against asking that question when it actually is the time of the month.
Yes.
The rest of the month is fine. It'll get a laugh.
Every man knows that. And to Strider, one of the point you're making, Strider, is that any man who's been in a long-term relationship also knows exactly how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, if you're intelligent, what you do is you have a stockpile of whatever type of chocolate they enjoy, and that's it, man. That's all you got to do. Throw chocolate at them and walk away. Game is over. Like I knew. Like last time I was at Costco and they had Godiva dark chocolate with dark chocolate ganache. That's the wife that loves dark chocolate. Ooh. They had a fucking bag of it at Costco for $7. I'm like, fuck yeah, we are stocking up. I am safe for another month.
See,
Confirmed safe.
I don't.
from this month's
I don't
cycle.
pretend to be intelligent, so I ask it all the time, and I'm always right when I do. But luckily, mine isn't that. She just turned off her camera, but isn't that bad? It's always I just get one question, and then that's how I know to ask. Oh, is it that time? Because she's like, "Are you mad at me for something?" Like, what? No. What?
Oh, no, I just always know. I always know.
What
So-
day is it?
I could let you in on a secret how a married man
What?
who's been paying attention for a long time knows. I know this because there's a temperature difference.
So what, you just walk up to her and like put your fucking back of your hand on her
I mean,
forehead?
there's a couple ways that I can measure the temperature, but yes,
How hot
that's
are your
one of them.
feet? Are they cold? Okay, we're good. Like,
Yeah.
I thought. See, I
There's
thought he was
always a
leaning toward. He can
temperature
tell by
difference
what the
week
thermostat's
beforehand.
set to.
oh, oh.
There's a temperature difference, and there's also a particular predilection about 5 days beforehand. And then you know you've got 5 days because
See, hopefully your
Okay, so
wife isn't
that
watching this show
depends
tonight
on the
because we
woman.
might be running your Valentine Day plans there, probably.
oh, no, you know,
Oh,
Yes,
no,
I-
I'm not the Lord for nothing.
I don't keep the secrets. I explain it. It's been 22 years, 21 years now. Like there's nothing left out on the dance floor anymore as far as that's concerned. I've revealed all the tricks I use to preemptively strike back against the inevitable tide that's coming my way.
Are you saying you're a tricksy little hobbit?
I just know. So no, Gal, I'm saying I'm kind of like Batman in that I understand how much prep time I have, 3 weeks. And every time it comes around, I'm already ready for. I've already got a plan worked out. I know what's going to happen. I know when it's going to happen. I know when to execute the chocolate. I leave it out on the table.
Wait a minute.
Alfred, prepare the bat wing.
Exactly.
What did you mean by the chocolate, son? What's going on?
I even go so far as to make sure that she's stocked up on the feminine products she needs. I get them at the store. Boom, they're in there. No worries, all bases covered, and I don't have to worry about shit.
I get it. You're a suck up. Got a little brown.
No,
Right,
bro.
Right. He is appeasing the
my
enemy
ass.
here.
You
little
do
bit.
all this
I
shit
am
when
very
you're
21
in trouble?
I am
What is
20
wrong
years-
with
It feels
you?
very
You don't do
Neville
that?
Chamberlain of
marriage.
you. Just being honest.
I've been 21 years in a marriage. I just know what to do.
Sure.
This is second nature now. This is just how you keep it moving.
Well, also, one thing that I'm going to say, one of the things that causes a lot of these problems is that a lot of men display absolutely no ability whatsoever to just have a woman be mad at them for even 2 seconds. And
Correct.
here's the thing, what a lot of men don't know, it's only going to last 2 seconds. Her
just gonna
emotions are
say
going to
that.
change
God.
radically for some
What am I
other
gonna
reason. So
say?
if you can
Yes.
tolerate, here's the thing, if you could tolerate her screaming at you for 2 seconds and not say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like if you could just avoid that. I hate watching men. I'm looking at you, Nate. I hate watching men do that.
I see that.
I'm sorry.
What
please
I
don't be
do? I'm
mad at me."
single.
I hate that shit. Just sit there quietly while she shrieks and remain reasonable and composed, and then stay on topic. And you'll never lose again. I promise, dude.
I'm
Just
single. How did
wait
I
it
get
out.
pulled into this?
I
I am
got to
single,
admit,
by the way.
you apologize to me sometimes repeatedly for no reason, and it makes me want to break up with you.
I'm sorry. I'm very quick to apologize when I feel like I've done something
here's
wrong.
the thing.
Well,
Just say you're sorry.
No, here's the thing. I have one of my hard and fast rules is if I'm meeting a woman for the first time, I'm not gonna apologize for anything I say, no matter what. And that lasts for at least like 2 weeks, or at least until we can form some kind of emotional intimacy. Because a lot of women will just like pretend to be scandalized and demand an apology to leverage social power over you.
I'm sorry.
So
for you.
I don't apologize
Absolutely.
for shit I say for somebody I just met.
Whatever.
Like if they don't like me, that's just how it is. You know.
You're like,
And
oh,
for the
you give
internet,
me
that
the
goes
ick.
double.
It's like, well, whose problem is that?
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I am single, by the way.
Take this with a grain
No.
of salt.
Yeah.
Theo.
So you
I
can't be talking, bitch.
I can attest to that a little bit.
Makes
There
you
is-
in a mad way.
There's absolutely unless you as a man, you know when you've stepped in it, you've done something stupid
Sure.
or maybe stupid, and you've done something wrong. And you know what? Real men can just be like, "Oh man, oh yeah, that was on me. I fucked up. Let's move." But then Don't sit there and simp and bitch and constantly try to fix it. Just be like, I fucked up. 90% of the time,
I feel
if you
so
have the
called
respect
out.
of the human you're with, they will fucking take that as good enough, and you can move the fuck on and past it. Sitting there and like,
Especially, like, women will respect you
whatever, or
more
fighting
if they see
over
that you
it,
can't
like,
move.
yeah, just admit, oh yeah, I fucked
Babe,
up on
are you
that
mad?
one. My bad.
Babe, are you
And
mad?
move the fuck on.
Babe, are
Move
you
right
mad?
the fuck on.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad. That's almost as bad as going mama, mommy, mama.
Say you're not mad, but you look mad. I just wanna make sure
Battsauce, that's not why Matt Rife gets women. I'm just telling you.
That jawline could
Yeah,
cut
Gal-
off.
Gal-
All right.
Look at
All right.
look at
That's fun.
Look
This
at
has been
Timu
fun.
Jesus. Timu
This
Jesus.
has been fun. Let's
mad.
move on.
Gal is just saying that Matt Rife gets pussy because he's tall. That's it. That's all she's saying.
Yeah, it's because he's tall. Mhm.
How tall is he?
I mean,
That's
well, that
not
and
'cause he
Gal
can
just
write.
because he's probably got
Not
9
because
inches.
of talent.
Let's say if
Not
he's like
because he
6'3",
can
then I
write.
have no excuse.
Not because he's literate.
Sometimes
It's
women
not
just need a taco.
any of those
Sometimes
things.
women just give their tacos to other people, and that's why you get divorced.
Well said. So well said, society. Well, that's actually not actually a wrong description, because like being hangry for women, I don't know why men don't get hangry, women do. Like I'll get irritated.
Men wouldn't have even created that word.
Well, yeah,
that's true.
Exactly. Men didn't create that. Men didn't create that word. So I think it definitely seems like women get more hangry and get more
Thirsty.
I don't want to say ridiculous, but yeah, ridiculous. The
Yeah.
hungrier they get, and
Yeah.
they will only be
It's
satiated
just
by
made up
food.
words to derivate being a bitch. That's really just what it is.
No. Here's what's going on. I got
that,
this.
actually.
I got this one because I learned this when I read all the porn books. Women's internal emotional experience is like all over the fucking place. And it's super intense and it's all over the place. And in like a 10-minute period, their emotions are going to be all over the fucking map. And they're going to be feeling multiple emotions at once. And I spent almost my entire life in a state of emotional neutral. Like, I don't think a lot of men understand the degree to which a woman's internal world is just abject chaos. Like, they're not being crazy on purpose to piss you off. They actually can't help it. Like, it's your job to just keep your cool and deal with it. That's why it's your responsibility, because she can't do any better. She's doing her best.
I've got a perfect point to this. So I went, like, my wife and I just went grocery shopping last weekend, and whatever, stress, work, whatever, like she thanked me for coming with her, because she was like, something at the store frustrated her, and she was like, I don't know, I didn't like the smell of the stuff outside, I didn't like the way that woman looked at me, I couldn't find the thing I was looking for. She was going through an emotional roller coaster in the produce section for no reason, and she came up and she just hugged me and said thank you for going shopping with me.
No.
And it's just like I'm just here. And it was just like she had this like 5 different emotions in the span of about 10 minutes.
You're the only Homo sapien that I can stand.
That's so sweet, and I hate you for it.
I have another example of that, actually, which is whenever a woman is coming to complain to you about whether it's friends in her life or in both of your lives, or
she does
whether
not
it's
respect
work
you.
or whatever. No, it's
You're
not
not
that she
fucking her,
doesn't
don't worry,
respect
don't
you.
do it.
She respects you enough for you to listen and not try to fix it. She wants you to just listen. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I need to vent. I call Selena and I vent to her.
So,
and she just sits there and she listens to me. That's
Selena's
what a girl best friend
I'm gonna-
is. And that's what we do for each other. Men need to
gonna add to
understand that
that.
as well.
Must be
So,
nice.
like,
add to that guy.
Would you just stop interrupting me, Prof?
Fine,
because
finish
a man
mansplaining.
vents
I'm
to a
telling you
woman.
right now, I just need you to listen to me and I don't need you to fix it.
Yeah, men these days. Am I right?
Well
Because
played.
the
God
man
damn.
goes, you know
You
that
had me
guy
for a
Dale
minute.
from work I keep telling you about? It's
always
wait a
Prof,
minute.
you did not say I'm sorry. There's that.
Please
I
don't.
didn't screw up there.
Yeah.
That's just her talking for too long.
You know better.
It's true.
It's always the ones that never
Man.
wear a shirt.
Well, hold on a second. Let's
Shirt comes off,
parlay.
the rains come in.
Let's parlay this
One
to
at a
this
time.
somewhat breaking news story that came out like right before we went live here. So does anyone know who Ashley St. Clair is? I know she's popular.
I know
in
the
a lot of-
name.
Yeah, I
I've
just
heard
saw
the
this.
name.
I've
No,
heard the
not really.
name.
So apparently she just posted this, and I'm assuming because it's not April 1st, this is a real post. She says that 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. If you guys remember, she got pregnant sometime last year and didn't bother to tell anyone who the father was, and then didn't mention it again after the fact. Well, now she's confirming that Elon Musk is indeed the father of her baby. And she says that she had not previously disclosed this information for the child's privacy and safety, but I guess somebody in the media found out, and now they're planning a hit piece behind the scenes that's going to expose it. So she decided that she was going to jump the gun and expose to the world that, yes, she did in fact have a one-night stand.
Might as well.
Who knows? With Elon Musk, and now Elon has another kid now, so I don't know how many kids he has at this point.
He's got 8 kids by like 5 different women. So
Oh man,
also
this is
got-
about to make Elon Musk look a lot less cool, isn't it? Uh-oh.
I mean, hey,
no,
look,
not at all. I don't care.
Elon Musk may very well be a genuine African American because he has like 8 kids by 5 baby mamas.
Oh,
Hey, yo.
Yeah, but he
By
comes
the way,
back
for the
after he
audio
goes for the
listeners
milk.
out there, society who just said that is a black man. So fuck off.
So
Vagabond
gotta
didn't
say,
have to
though-
give him his in-card pass. He was fucking born with it. He earned it.
pretty much.
He's living that
Elon
life.
is
I agree,
undoubtedly a
yes,
hoe.
man. That's small
I
bullshit.
will give him. I don't like the way he conducts himself with his relationships. I'm not a fan of that. But I will give him the credit that he does fucking support his children. At least
He does.
the ones that want something to do with him. So I can shit on him in one aspect, but there's so many men that live a life like that don't fucking support their fucking children. So
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
What's
in this
he like
day
with
and
his
age,
girlfriends?
the
I
bar
don't
is
really.
fucking so low
What?
for
I don't
men.
understand.
He's just a manhole that produces babies.
Oh,
He's a hoe.
Okay.
He's very concerned about
He's
the
a
birth
very-
rate.
thing.
Yeah.
He's very
Very
concerned
bad.
about the birth rate crisis as well. So he's a hoe.
Yes,
and
exactly.
behind it. I'm
This
also
is
concerned
something
about
I-
the birth
He's
rate
living,
crisis,
he's
by the
living
way,
by his
ladies.
principles, which is hilarious. Yeah.
True.
I have a
wanna
theory
say
about
something
this.
To Gal's point though earlier about us listening to you and not having to fix it and everything else. Men, I want to give you a tip. Listen,
Just the tip?
don't
or...
fix it. No, believe me. If you do
Don't
what I'm
say that to
saying,
me
you'll
with
be
your
able to
shirt
do
off.
more than the tip. Listen, don't fix it, but more than that, like be very detached from it. Listen, be able to repeat what they said, but barely be paying attention. Their panties are gonna slide like every after 21 years. I
No,
know
that's true.
Okay. Well,
consistently,
and
and
I
Don't
kind
be
of
on
want to
your
touch on
phone
what
and
Gail said too
distracted. But
before I get into
Not on the
the
phone and
Elon, I have a theory
distracted,
about
but,
Elon
like-
Musk, and I'll get into that in a second. But first, to what Gal was saying earlier, with the where you just want to be listened to, like guys, talk to your girlfriends about that, because if you go up to a guy with a problem, our natural instinct
gonna fix
is
that
to
shit.
try to solve it, even if it is
Men fix
unsolvable
it.
and beyond our capability, which is most things, especially
So
with this
Iron,
group. We're all fucking
between
retards
men,
here. Society,
between men,
he's smart.
we're gonna fix that shit. And that's the thing. When another man tells you that he's got a problem, he's like, bro, like fucking, what am I doing wrong? Oh, bro, try this shit, do that shit, go. And we fucking collab, and we're like, yes. When women come to you with that shit, it is 95% of the time. Just listen to me, barely pay attention to me, and I'll thank you for it later.
I do want to put a little asterisk. There is a little asterisk, and that's the 5% of the time where we do want you to fix it. And rational women
happened to
who
me
have
today.
somewhat of a logical brain will tell you that, like, please help me fix this problem. But if they don't, then don't.
And that usually means
That's how
you
I
want you
ended
to
up
beat
underneath
somebody
the
up for
trailer.
it.
I'm not
That's
going
how
to
I-
say that that is wrong.
What's a brain?
That's how I changed my wife's
And-
oil. That's how I end up under the trailer. She's like, hey, there's something going
Nah.
on with the fucking dishwasher.
Mhm.
I go
Well,
fix
and,
it.
Comes to a
What I
car,
do.
Show
Under
me
the
what you're
trailer,
doing.
huh?
Here's our we got another panelist joining the conversation.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
Devil.
We need devil space.
Sure,
We need a
sure
space
words.
swap devil into that Jack Nicholson. That's fucking.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Especially because that means that
Abso-fucking-lutely.
the devil created women, and here we are.
Wait,
I
he
mean,
did?
that-
Wait, he
that's-
did?
that's-
It's actually all your fault.
No, I just
Oh
created
shit! I shouldn't have said that aloud.
I just created the boobs. Like that was my idea.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Thank you.
We're supposed to not like the
Some of
devil.
my best work.
That's the best.
Yeah,
part.
look. I mean, and
But I
bro,
like the
look at
boobs.
them. They're just. She just got them out there.
I'll give
Why
him
is
the. I'll give him this pass one time as a Christian. I'm just saying.
I can't be ambivalent.
Before I forget, I do want to go back to the Elon Musk thing and how he's just running through like supermodels and actresses left and right and getting the manho up. Now I see this behavior in a lot of celebrities and rich people on both sides, men and women, especially if they were either really fucking dorks growing up and in their early 20s, and then they got rich and could better themselves and become more attractive, or even like have you seen old pictures of Taylor Swift? She looked like a little fucking troll doll. She was not a cute girl. So she becomes famous and she's mid and can get away with it, and she's just running through them. It's because she's got that former fat girl complex.
She looks like
And
Warwick
guys
Davis from Leprechaun.
She did. Look it up, man. She was not a cute teenager.
No, she peaked late.
I mean, she's just Napoleon Dynamite with tits, but still.
When did that happen?
Tits. You don't have tits.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't even have an
I've never
ass either.
seen the
Why you
appeal.
gotta be so mean?
I'll acknowledge when someone irritating is at least attractive, and I don't know.
I want to take a
Listen,
shower with
actually,
Taylor
someone
Swift so I can
pointed
clean
out-
my shirts.
I think it was Chloe Roma had an interesting breakdown of 3 of her boyfriends within the span of a little bit. They were all, she was 20, and like her and Taylor Lautner were the one that kind of put her on the map, because that was Twilight Kid, and he was 17 and she was 20 when they started dating. Technically not illegal, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care, but a little creepy. And apparently that's not the only one. There was also Harry Styles and then one of the Kennedys, and it was like, this, you like him young, don't you?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. Well, Gyllenhaal's older than she is, but yeah.
Say Drake.
But it's just kind of weird, man. How are these guys with options? You got more options than a blonde Napoleon Dynamite with all the fucking red flags. Every red flag that exists is right there. Why? I mean, unless it's just for clout.
Probably.
Well, no, I think this is my opinion on it. So, well, I think it's partially because once you're that rich, it's okay, does this person like me because I'm rich, or do they like me for being me? And that's the problem of being like rich and famous, probably, right? So that's why they date other rich and famous people all the time until they find a connection. I think that's probably what it boils down to.
Well,
yeah,
you have
I can speak to this a little bit. I think I think I'm the resident expert on red flags. I don't think anybody disputes that. I think, well, Taylor Swift strikes me as the kind of woman who changes her whole personality when she meets a new guy she likes. And
because she does.
And you're
she literally writes a new song every time she breaks up with someone.
So you got 2 things here. So you're dealing with malignantly narcissistic men because they're famous and wealthy and mostly for being handsome, right? So she changes her whole personality to be just like them. They find that flattering. And then when they break up, she writes a whole song, or in some cases, a whole album about them. That's deeply flattering to a narcissist.
Wait, but she's narcissistic too, though. She's narcissistic
right? Yes,
too.
yes. She's the problem. I'm not giving her a pass. She's the worst.
But the difference being though, for the men that she dates, they may get the personal satisfaction, but for her it's worse because she sells albums after album after album after that. Like her songs get number 1 on every chart. Sure. People pay her millions and millions of dollars to play those songs, so she has no incentive to stop. She has no incentive to slow down. Billy guy did a joke about this actually during her like Speak Now. I'm not going to call it an era. That's when I actually kind of liked her. Her songwriting wasn't shit, but she started dating Chris Griffin, and they loved each other. Okay. She was having a ball. He treated her well, and then they seemingly parted ways amicably. And then he's like, wait a minute. What? And then she starts writing a whole slew of awful songs about him. Like, wait a minute. I thought we were cool. Like, what are you doing? It's like, well, you see, my fans, I can't be with you anymore because my fans need me to be heartbroken and write terrible songs about my exes. And so they called years ago, and we've known that it has how many years have passed since then and proven that exactly right. Like, say what you will about Seth MacFarlane.
I have a very distinct theory about Taylor Swift that I'm going to air right now.
She's a robot.
Taylor Swift is a cryptid. Now, seriously, no, think about this.
She has an age
talent succubus. Think about the career of every single man she's ever been with.
She's the Moth Man.
Sucked them dry of their talent, and she left, and their career was never what it was before. Look what just happened to the Chiefs. Look what just happened to Travis Kelce at the Super Bowl. He didn't do shit. By the time the next season of the NFL starts, she is going to move away from him, release a single called Loser, and move on to the next fucking victim.
Well,
she goes from man to man, absorbing their male inherent talent and gifts and makes them lesser because of it. She's legitimately a succubus. And we just act like she's a human being, but she's not. She's a cryptid, dude.
But this even goes back to Gal's post. Is it her fault or the men that flock to her?
It's the men, but
they're not to. She's got supernatural abilities to draw them in. They can't help it. They're hypnotized.
There's also the guy version, though.
There is a guy
with that creepy dude from fucking SNL who bangs whose dad died in 9/11.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Somehow that guy gets all the hottest chicks
and
he's the homeless
one at a time, guys.
For this.
So I do.
He's 13 inches. That's it.
I do have a question, and it's regarding when you guys were talking about how these guys have options. I mean, none of us. Maybe Theo, but none of us that I am aware of are rich and famous. Okay. But isn't it kind of ingrained in men's
I'm pretty famous
DNA? Shut up, devil. Where you kind of you can't assume that just because you have money or looks that it's actually that you have options. Because I see that a lot with like my male friends where you're kind of trained by modern society that you are always the bad guy and you have to walk on eggshells type of mindset. Because and it's also where like you can't fully trust a woman until you can trust a woman that she's not going to betray you and me to you in like modern society. So even though you might have options, I can't speak for men. I can barely speak for women. I'm in a very middle zone lane here to where, like, do you really think that? Like, even at that high level, like, even the Leo DiCaprios, maybe that's a bad example.
He's got all the options.
I think
he's got to figure it out.
He enough to think that we can handle it and we won't be changed by an insane amount of wealth and power and influence. I think that it will absolutely change us, but I think especially us down here, us little plebs, I think we're foolish enough to think that we can handle it. And I think we're also foolish enough to believe that any women or set of women that would come after us if we had ever achieved fame and fortune would be serious. And I think we dramatically overestimate our abilities for everything because we kind of have to. We're braggarts by nature. With our entire existence within other men is just basically a huge dick measuring contest. Like sometimes literally, sometimes figuratively, we're always trying to one up each other. And yeah, especially if we get naked. Yeah, absolutely. But no one's supposed to know that. Gal, shut up.
There is until you make it, not naked. God.
Totally. Yeah,
there's
sure. You said naked, right? Yeah.
There's a problem.
Do I need to put these away?
Men have a problem with this mindset, guys. You'll never really learn to trust. And this is the thing, is that we feel like that we have to build all of this shit in order to bring women in. The women you want in your life want to be with you because of you before that. They want to be there to build it with you. Yeah. I wouldn't have half the shit I had today if I was a single guy trying to build up something and bring somebody in after the fact. That isn't how you build lasting success in a relationship or as a man in general. You bring somebody in when they can see, when you meet a woman that can see the inherent value that you have to her and to the world and to her future, that is the woman you want. That is, you don't need gold diggers or women that want to fuck you because you can lift 6 plates in the gym or because you make 6 figures every year. You want the woman that sees the value in you beforehand. And this is why I hate this idea of like men waiting forever to fucking get all of their shit figured out, or even men and women. Like none of this shit comes to you fucking by the time you have made it to that point. For most of society who aren't Elon Musk, you're going to be in your fucking 40s, and it's too late to really build anything that's like that. It's too hard. And again, there's caveats and outliers and things that will come to pass, but when you're building something like this, you want it frankly, as a man, you are better off having a partner in this adventure, because it helps guide the direction you're going to go. Because you have another person there, and you both have conversations about where you want to be. Do you want kids? Where do you want to live? What kind of fucking life do you want to have when you retire? What do you want? Fucking chickens in your backyard? Like, it's all these kinds of little itty bitty things that you build on that are more meaningful and make it more valuable to you at the end of the day, to everybody at the end of the day. And that is why I always hate this misconception, even like with like, oh, I've got to be so financially stable before I have kids. It's like, no, dude, when you have kids, you're going to find the fucking drive to be better off. You're going to go and work and be like, I have to have more money now today. I got to go get a better job. And I'm known special. I came from fucking rednecks and hillbillies, like nobody of
we can tell.
Of particular value.
Where's your shirt again?
Yeah, have we established why Professor's naked?
Is anyone else getting like the drunk guy in the Sonic parking lot lecturing the teenagers on how to be better at life?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I do want to say, let me jump in real quick. I got some stuff to say on this topic. Two things. One, I agree mostly what you're saying, Professor, but your advice right now sounds very Gen X coded. You got to be realistic about what people who are single right now are dealing with as far as the dating market. Women do not want to build with us anymore. They're done. They're done trying to build. They want it pre-assembled, delivered to their door now. Right?
Okay, I've got a solution. Theo. Yeah. Ukrainian mail order brides.
That's what. Here's the thing. This other thing too, because I want to say, because this ties into Gal's point. I will say this: in my life, I went through kind of a second puberty in my like late 20s, which that happens to some guys.
That's why you look
I
like
will say this:
Jesus.
as soon as I had the ability to be a man whore, that is what I did immediately. But I don't do that anymore because the juice is not worth the squeeze for exactly what she's saying.
Okay,
the amount of insanity and drama and bullshit and girls who want a piece of what you're building. Like there's so many chicks. I am not wealthy, but I am in front of people a lot. And that's enough for women to have already tried to baby trap me on potential. Like that's the reality of what's out there.
I want your seed. You ain't gonna take my seed from me, Gwen.
Yes, literally, and they're not even shy about it. They'll be like, "Give me a baby, and you don't have to do nothing. I just want a blue-eyed baby." And it's
I understand. Theo,
you're the potential miscreant baby daddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Your baby mama's future husband's gonna hate.
Appreciate you like that. But like Theo Khan has a really good
I'm
point.
Still going through puberty. Ask my wife. I mean, we're both.
Oh, honey, we don't need to ask your wife for that. We know.
Yeah, just look at all the back. Just look at all the back hair.
She's like, it's 4:00 in the morning. Let me sleep. And I'm like, no, you told me to ignore you when you're tired, because you make decisions when you're tired.
Professor's really hoping this puberty will finally get his pubes to come in.
I don't know.
Wait, hands check. Hands check, Prof.
Oh, I washed my hands actually. Finally,
No, not wash your hands. I just don't want them touching things below the belt, man. I will put them away.
Gal, it's Valentine's. Do you think I have to do that shit myself tonight?
I don't know. He's feeling rant. He was probably doing this the whole time.
Oh,
He's feeling romantical. Damn it! Shut up.
No, like, if anything, I'm the one who's got to put a shirt on around you, perv.
I don't have a shirt on because I came in from changing a tire on my camper trailer,
freaks.
And I just
get it.
I'll have it out. I'm gonna leave my shoulders out.
He's
you just had to
uncomfortably
one up
erect
me.
right now.
I see. They rarely come out, and you just have to come with the shirt off. I got it.
Your tits look nicer than my shoulder, sweetie.
What the fuck?
Anyway,
let's moving on, folks.
No one's gonna argue it. I mean,
yes, indeed, Gooners Day. But Theo, you actually touched upon something interesting. You don't need to necessarily have wealth. You need to, but in something Sadia Khan said, you need to. Women are attracted to when women are attracted to the signaling of future resources. Yes. So if you were even ambitious, if you have a vision for your life, you don't even need to just say, I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to be a millionaire. No one has to do that. It's like, I want to start a school, or I want to start a business, or I want to be a manager doing this and this. If a woman can kind of have an idea of where you want to go, then she'll be way more apt to travel that path with you, because she has an idea of kind of what she's getting into. So
I see Theo disagreeing with you.
Well, here's the thing. I can distill that.
Well, here's the thing. I think it is important to at least have some establishment. I think it is important to be somewhat debt free. Something that I'm working on, because I had like a whole divorce, and I've got starting your life over is expensive.
I only have a grow payment.
Eliminating debt is kind of a good thing to have yourself on somewhat stable footing, but you need to do that for you. You need to do that for your own personal growth and your own personal vision. And you look at who may want to come beside you and help you with that, rather than suck your resources dry. Which, Gal, I might add, I would push back on something. I would, well, not push back, but my perspective is a little bit different.
Dry.
I am actually kind of on the side that it's primarily predatory women that are the worst.
Yep.
Because our entire society, and Theo would probably completely agree with me, our entire society caters to women like fucking crazy, and it's just gotten worse. It's always been that way.
That brings us back to the original topic of the night.
Yeah, so this is what I've been trying to talk about here for a minute. Like, people will complain about this. People will complain about this, but society was in a far better situation when men were picking wives and wives were not picking husbands. What I mean by this is that all the advice that all you guys are giving right now, it's great if you're essentially trying to conform yourself to what a woman wants in a man. This is primarily where we are right now, because all these guys, like, this is why channels like, was it Fresh and Fit and like all these other manosphere I don't know what you wouldn't call them, but circles are always telling you this is exactly what you got to do in order to keep a woman. Like, you got to make 6 figures, you got to be driven, you got to be such tall, you got to be in such shape. And by the way, don't ever emote to your woman whatsoever, because then she's going to leave you. So essentially what you're doing is you're creating men who are basically trying to quite literally put themselves in a position where they're doing everything in their position to possibly not have a woman leave them in the future. And you realize that in the course of doing that, you're not actually building anything that could be qualified as a romantic relationship whatsoever. You're basically just there working to make sure that one day that she doesn't leave you, and then guess what? She's going to leave you anyway. So
that's a good point.
She's going to put you in the fucking tiny chair at the first chance she has. And you touched on something. Society. Gal, check me on this. I've got a triangle. I call this the fuckability triangle for men.
Oh,
6 figures, 6 plates, 6 foot. That's how. That's the.
No,
if you ain't,
I got
you gotta have 2 of them.
I actually got this. I got this.
6 foot down.
You need to live
need to correct this one
and make 6 figures.
I've got this.
Women.
I do need to correct this one there, because that only applies if you're dating a short woman. If you're dating a tall woman, you can throw all that out of the window. Because what I've realized
is, hold on, woman.
Hold on.
You've met me, and it does not
I'm
fucking apply. I don't give a shit if you're 5'5".
I can fix this. This is a source of confusion, but I can fix this.
You're 5'5".
One at a time.
She is not interested.
This is all right. I can distill this really simply into a memeable punchline that you can remember. Women like a guy who knows where he's going and looks like he's having a good time on the way. I tell you what, people say women care about money. I got laid when I lived on a train. Okay, it is not that serious, dude. You just know where you're going and look like you're having a good time on the way. Also, if you meet somebody on a train, like if I lived in a car, you know the car is it, you know. But if I live on a train, you assume I have a home somewhere. You know, I'm just a handsome stranger if we meet on a train.
Make it too obvious.
But yeah, it's
a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more romantic.
What I'm saying, but my point is this: like, know where you're going, have goals, and look like you're having a good time on the way. And some woman will probably strap herself to you in spite of her own good judgment, right? Like that's
a really good time,
you know.
So I do have like a couple of points, and I don't necessarily disagree with what society said, and it actually brought up this point in my brain where, like, I actually hate this because I'm not that type of woman. But what you're essentially saying is we were better off when women were learning a skill at home to be a housewife and be able to organize her house to sell herself for marriage. That was like the sole point of what women were supposed to do, is advertise themselves well enough to where a man would pick them.
Yeah.
To pick me themselves, essentially.
Yes and no,
big
because
tit.
I was doing it in a more simplified fashion of things were a lot better off where a guy saw a woman and be like, I want that woman to be my wife. And then he would go to the woman's father and be like, I want you to let me marry your daughter. And then the father arranged be like, okay, well, here you go. This is what you have to do. It's like, great, this woman's now my wife. And then he lived happily ever after. And ever since
well, okay,
so they still do that in the Middle East.
Completely out of it.
Well, like I said, there's this thing with rocks in the Middle East. Maybe we should like reconsider the use of those. I'm just kidding.
What you're ignoring in that is the woman's responsibilities within it. They need to make sure that they are presentable to make sure that you're interested. Because if you're not working on that aspect as a woman back in the fucking Victorian era type of shit, like if you're not working on yourself to make sure that you're picked out of the crowd for that man to go to your
let's face it,
but this is a big problem though, just real quick. This is a big problem, and you can definitely tell this with a lot of modern women, not throwing anyone particularly under the bus, but this is true. A lot of modern women love the idea of being married. They don't like the idea of being a wife, and that's why so many relationships from the jump are just so fractured to begin with, because it's like every girl has this fantasy of their dream wedding and what everything's going to look like and what all the guests are going to be eating and the dress and all this whole nonsense. But then after that day, when it comes to, okay, you're a wife now, you're officially Mrs. So-and-so, this is day one, and it's like, I don't really care about all that.
Yeah. So that actually brings me to the other point. I can't remember exactly what Theo was saying. Oh, actually, I do. So you had brought up that women are not something, like modern women aren't. I can't remember exactly, but it's rare. It's more rare. Those women are there to like support the men instead of wanting them to already be successful, I think is what your point was a while ago. And it's not that they don't exist. I'm just going to sell myself here. I'm rare. And every woman wants to think that they're a fucking diamond.
We get it. You're not like the other girls. We get it.
I haven't said that ever in my life. What are you talking about? but it's true. Like so like it's rare, and we're also online. So you're getting a lot of things that you have to filter through. A lot of women that are, back to the topic of the original point, my post, like there are these women out there that are presenting themselves in a certain way, but they don't actually follow it. So it's just harder for guys to see that and understand it. And I mean, technically it is for women as well. I don't know. I feel like it's harder for guys because I don't like women and they're awful. So.
Yeah,
that actually proves that kind of proves exactly what I was saying, because I think women at the end of the day know exactly what they're doing. And especially the hoes out there, like the people who show up in whatever and fresh and fit. And I know a lot of people actually kind of love. I don't watch those shows very often, but I love that they exist because they show you the worst of the worst, and they demonstrate what philosophies you're working with. Because let's be honest, a lot of women, we as people, and this is not even a woman thing. This is just we as people. We are never more than like one bad day away from being a fucking monster. And you see that exact same thing happen to all these women on these other podcasts. They turned into monsters. They were fine at one point. There was at one point in their lives where they were normal people. Well, I mean, did you come out of the wombs? Did you come out of the womb spouting female supremacy? Like, no, they learned this shit from somewhere. Something happened to them at one point to make them what they are. It still means that they're responsible for everything that goes on in their life.
Relationship with their dad, as we
probably It could be anything. Maybe they
Dad, what's that?
Relationship. Maybe they
didn't come out of the womb as activists, but they came out of the womb into the hands of their dad, who was just a shitty dad.
Or maybe the parents were just smart and then they went to college and they got indoctrinated. But like the point still stands. They learned this from somewhere. So who did they learn it from? And who did those people learn it from? Who did those people learn it from? It is an entire societal way of seeing the divide between men and women. Really, we're not all that divided. We really aren't. We really aren't that.
We really aren't.
But
later.
We could be,
I
but
came
the
out of
point
the
is,
womb-
like, it points us to
Fucking
a
beast.
reality that we have to confront. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. And I think that we need to reveal, and I think Theo harps on this a lot. We have this ridiculous idea that women are to be, and it's something I'm having to even work on myself to undo. We have this idea in society that women are just these sweet, innocent, with sweet innocent angels who do no wrong, and they get deference for everything because we as a society thinks that they are to be protected and insulated from the consequence of their actions. Well, fuck that. We need to understand they are human too, just as capable of evil, but it's a different kind of
bad
evil.
behavior should be called out by anyone that does it.
Guys,
this is why women are stoned in the Middle East.
This is why the entire
to the Middle East with you.
We do need to understand though that men and women operate on very different behavior patterns, different wavelengths. Because men, how do we usually gain control over women? We gain control over women by physical dominance and physical intimidation. How do women gain control? It's a tale as old as fucking time. The king has been brought. Solomon brought down the wisest man on the planet, wisest man who ever existed. Was brought down by 700 women. You know what I mean? Like the women know how to manipulate men's weaknesses. Men the same. We're direct. We can tower over you. If we got muscle, we got biceps the size of your thigh, we can probably intimidate you. That's an understood. That's a hard power right there. But women are way better at I don't want to say manipulation, but maybe
I do.
manipulation.
You can.
It is. That's the
You
right
can.
word.
Say it.
Doing it right now.
We know how to suss out each other's weaknesses, because what's the one thing men never appreciate? It's our emotions. It's our emotions, and it's our dicks. And that's one thing that women know how to manipulate very, very well. And that's okay. That was a survival instinct at one point. But we're not in that world anymore. We need to understand.
They need to manipulate
very
our
emotional
dicks
dicks,
more.
of course. Yeah, absolutely. But we need to understand we operate on two very different wavelengths, and so I can't approach women with the mindset of a man. I have to approach it from the mindset of a woman. But it's not fair because I don't know the mindset of a woman because I'm not one.
They don't have a mindset 1 month of the year, Strider. You got to understand that.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's not. I'm not trying,
It's
but it's
trying
interesting
too hard.
that we're on very different wavelengths. So it's be careful.
The eggshell walking around, and all of that. It just at some point it just has to stop.
Yeah. We also have to remember
You should never
women
start doing it. You don't have to if you're doing it right. And I just want to state for a fact that I came out of the womb wanting big juicy titties.
All of us did.
Well, I mean, you came out of the one with already had them. We want to see them on full display.
I want to point this out too. Here's the thing: if you're as far as like walking on eggshells around women, Iron, you're exactly right. That's the wrong approach. Because here's the thing: what you're forgetting is that women actually enjoy being mad at us sometimes. And if you walk around eggshells all the time, you're denying them one of their favorite things, which is being mad at you. They love being mad at you. It's their favorite thing. It makes them feel righteous. They get to bitch to their girlfriends. They get to feel all their feelings. They get to be, because they're mad at men conceptually because they hate reality and they don't want to accept it. So they get to do that in the micro and direct it at you for like 20 minutes and then they're over it. But if you walk around eggshells and you don't act masculine, you're denying her the opportunity to get pissed at you. And she loves that. Why would you do that?
Also, I'm starting to think you
Why
just
would
have
you
a
do that?
terrible taste of women.
One of their favorite things to be mad at you about.
To his point, we all real quick, Prof. And then you can have another drunken rat. Just give me a second.
I wish I was drunk. I need to get some more whiskey. Actually, what the fuck is the whiskey bottle?
I got some Smirnoff.
Get a shot, and then we'll come back to you. But real quick, everybody has a group of friends where they know one chick that broke up with a guy. To Theo's point, well, I got bored. We didn't argue. He never confronted me. There was no conflict there.
Yep.
He wouldn't argue. Blah blah blah. We all know one chick that has dumped a dude for
Red
that
flag.
exact reason.
I don't.
I'll never get dubbed for that reason. I get dubbed
Because
for
you
other
were that
shit,
guy.
never for that.
Of course you wouldn't know.
Yeah, see, that's what women like to call shit
Teasing
test.
you, man.
If you're dealing with a woman who wants to give you a shit test, run.
No,
Yeah,
here's the thing. No,
absolutely, run away.
I disagree.
No,
Shit testing is part of relationships. You just got to deal with it because she has to know whether or not you have a temper. That's part of the deal.
In the beginning.
Yes, she has to test to see, because if a guy with a temper is really dangerous to a woman and really dangerous to kids, so she has to know if you can handle being annoyed.
Yeah,
that's just part of the
That's
deal.
fair.
You just got to deal with that.
But Gal,
That's
you had
also
to add
assuming
something.
that it's just one test and then she's gonna stop.
No, it's a lot
and
of
it's
tests.
also assuming
They got to know
that's
for
also
sure.
assuming you have the right test. Like I've in the past, and less so now, I harness it better. I have a shit temper. I have a very fucking bad temper. I will fly. I have an anger problem, or I've had an anger problem. And having children, I realized I couldn't have that. But it is important to harness that. It's important for like my 14-year-old to see that he can't walk around and try to start shit with his mother or his much smaller brothers and realize that I'm still the angriest, biggest motherfucker in the house. And you're 14, you need to step the fuck back. I've had a recent encounter with the 14-year-old trying to push his boundaries, as they do. As a father, you have to be able to have that somewhere to pull from and say, no, motherfucker, you're 14, step the fuck back. You're not there yet. This isn't your house. You get to calm the fuck down and go fucking do your homework, and you don't fucking talk to your mother that way. I'm still the angriest, shittiest motherfucker in the house, and you're going to fucking listen to me. And immediately the tone changes from him. He goes in his room and fucking does what he needs to do. He's pissed at me, but he should be pissed at me. That's how that interaction is going to be, is he's growing into a man. I've got to teach him, and I've got to be able to have that kind of anger to bring up when it needs to be. I don't want to beat his ass. I'm not the kind of guy I don't like hitting children or anything else. I think that you can get a very long way with looking angry and being very fucking loud when it comes to kids. I've never had to spank my kids really much, other than the one time I found one of them pissing on the floor. Huh?
Real quick, I just want Gal had something to say.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yep.
So I'm gonna try and word this in a way where I'm not advertising my own personal preferences too much here. It's not okay for me, at least. I guess it's just gonna have to be personalized. It's not a temper check necessarily. It's more the Notebook. Thanks, Theo.
Bro, yes.
It's more of like an intellect or a battle of wits. At least for me.
I already won.
Where like I have a somewhat domineering personality. I don't know if anyone picks up on that. I don't necessarily act all that shy. I
He's
might
pretty
have
attractive.
opinions, whatever. And so essentially,
calm down, Nate. Thirsting much?
I need a man that will actually be able to meet me at the same level or be a level above to be able to control me, because women need to have their temperaments controlled.
Go on.
And so
Very much so.
It's not even that. So okay, again, for me, because I'm not, I can't speak for other women. God, I said that 50 times.
Gal
I don't know
needs
why
a
I
man
keep
that
saying
can
it.
bench
Shut the
press.
fuck up, Prof. I don't do it as a test. I just notice those things when I'm hanging with my friends or potential mates or whatever, where it's just something I pick up on. If I pick up on that, my interest level is peaked. Like instantaneously.
Right. I have that same thing with and when I meet a woman who's a cantankerous, difficult pain in the ass, I'm immediately zeroed in. That's my shit. I love that.
You and Melanie Mack would be,
dude.
you and Melanie Mack would be
Theo is
perfect
still
together.
over here simping for Melanie.
Well, you know what's
I can
interesting?
fix her. She just needs a
She
strong
wants to
hand.
be her third ex-husband so bad.
Yeah, I know, right? Melanie's the wrong. Okay, Theo. Here's I've said this in another chat. The problem with the thinking you can fix them with dick, it isn't the dick that fixes them. It's the pregnancy that winds up straightening them out.
No.
So you got to be ready for the whole fucking thing, buddy.
Not always. I disagree on that. Not always.
What was your
pregnancy. It is
what was your
not the
question,
dick.
Ian?
I'm telling you.
Really, but
There's some horrible fucking mothers
Oh,
out there. I think that's
it's already
bullshit.
passed. I was just going to make a joke about Prof.
There
I was gonna ask him
absolutely
if he
are,
takes
but
his
they're communists.
I was going to see if he takes his shirt off before he yells at his kids, but it's not funny anymore. It's been too long.
Me?
You
My
should
years
have
early
you should
on.
let
I
me
don't need to
talk.
yell at my kids. I straightened them
no.
out earlier. 3 months from now, I'm going to have to do it
Don't
again.
make
That's
me
the
take
key
my
to
shirt
that.
off, for you know it means business.
Savage status over their life.
Thank you.
Savage Dad is over there like, what the fuck did you say to me, you little shit? No.
No, it wasn't something he said to me. It was something he said to his mother, and I'm like, bro,
Your kid is
fuck around like that.
Go back and dig your own grave, please, kid.
Dude, your kid is
but I actually had a
lucky. Like
question
I couldn't even be mad at my uncle when I was a kid. If I even looked mad at him, he would just knock me on my ass immediately.
Yeah.
I don't think that I need to put I don't feel like you have to put your hands on your kids, but you can put your fear into them. You put fear into them.
He did.
I don't know. I think there's too much of a stigma against hitting kids, at least a little bit.
You don't have to put your hands on them. You can kick them.
All of us are old enough that we all got hit.
Oh no, they got their asses beat. I'm not saying that.
Guys, I don't know if you know this. There's this thing
asses
called
beat.
jujitsu. You can just choke them out now. It's totally legal.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That's
that dude.
right.
I told him. He keeps bitching about going to karate all the fucking time, and I'm like, you don't start fucking getting better grades in high school. You're gonna be in jujitsu, and then you're gonna be rolling with some fucking angry old motherfucker in a fucking jujitsu gym somewhere, and then you're really gonna get straightened the fuck out real fucking fast. So don't bitch at me about karate.
When my son mounts off of me, I just put him in the walls of Jericho. That straightens him out.
I'm just gonna put him in a sharpshooter in the middle of the living room until he taps out.
Put him in a
If he doesn't
jackhammer.
listen to me, he's getting a fucking DTT right out of, or DDT out of the fucking mat.
Stone Cold stunned his ass out a second story window. How to straighten him out.
I would say put him in the crippler crossface, but then Benoit did that.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
if they keep fucking around, I'm gonna get a hold that machine and I'll put some real fear
Directly,
into
Ken,
him.
I understood that.
No, they just need to. In all honesty, I have 3 boys. Young boys just need to see you being the biggest, masculinist, like scariest motherfucker out there.
You're
That they can
You're supposed to be
conceive
like
of.
that.
And that's it. That's what keeps them mostly in line.
So instead of
Given to.
physically assaulting them, you just emotionally scar them. Okay.
Yeah, they're men. We're supposed to be emotionally scarred. Period.
That's probably why I'm a cry baby little bitch sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
You said it.
I could
Hey,
straighten
maybe
out.
if your dad put you in the walls of Jericho,
Do some
you'd be a man.
jujitsu.
My dad put me in a sharpshooter. I would be.
I deserve this. Okay.
My dad was basically Stu Hart.
Meanwhile, Gal's over here like, man, I wish some guy would show
You don't
up with
understand.
a
He whooped my
stunner."
ass like Jake the Snake Roberts. It was horrible.
He told me I'll never make it out of the mid card.
We keep mentioning guys that are like right in Gal's lane. She keeps it a secret, but I know that Gal likes tight jeans, a back 40, and a Stetson.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
That's most of us.
Tell me I'm wrong, Gal. Tell me I'm wrong, Gal.
Credenza.
Yeah, I had
I
the Stetson. I don't have the. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So,
Shit.
Devil, you kind of came in late to the party. You saw the post earlier. Where do you stand on that poll? Which is worse, the women that manipulate men or the simps that enable them, and don't even realize that they're doing so?
I would say the simps,
Or
because
both.
it's in
That's where I
girls'
stand.
natures to manipulate, but simps, you don't have to be a simp. That's
Women,
an
am I
option.
right? No, I'm just kidding.
So I say
I'm kidding.
simping.
Nate, you have to commit.
Yeah,
Don't
I was just gonna say
immediately
that.
"I'm
Thank
just
you,
kidding."
Gal. Thank you, Gal,
We're
for
on
bringing
the
that up.
same
I keep
wavelength.
telling him I'm working on it. I keep telling him. He doesn't listen to me.
I honestly, I don't listen to. Well, no, I listen to you guys. What are you talking about?
Ouch.
No, I love your bad advice.
Noted.
It's so unhelpful.
I guess I don't have a hair in this battle because most of the women of my generation, like the dating pool there is just fucked up anyway. So I just tend to
Try
stay the
getting.
fuck
Try
away
getting.
from
No,
it.
I will. Okay, so
I've either
I
got
do.
TikTok brain or feminist to work
No,
with.
well, here's the thing. I do want to push back on this a little bit. So this is my problem with, like, we talked about fresh and fit earlier, and so one of the things I wanted to kind of address with
The
that
hell?
is they did expose real mentalities,
gonna
but it
mute.
wildly overstated how popular those mentalities are. Like, I meet hundreds of people every single year from all different parts of the map, and almost all of them are women. And that's who wants to talk to me after
Of
shows.
course
for
they
whatever
are.
reason. And like, here's the thing: I meet cool chicks every single day. So they're out there. And some of them, even the ones with dumb ideas, a lot of times they start off mad at me. And by the end, we're like hugging it out. And we've established some rapport. So I think like the degree to which part of it is like Fresh and Fit is they bring on the worst girls they can find on purpose, and then they get them drunk, and then they antagonize them on purpose. So some of that is like the Jerry Springerification of gender relations. And you got to understand there are cool chicks everywhere, but because of the sisterhood, we talked about this earlier, the sisterhood punishes cool chicks from speaking up and being cool. Thank you, Battsauce. I appreciate it. Anyway, the sisterhood punishes that behavior, you know, when cool chicks speak up and are like, hey, maybe we don't need to be shitty to men, is like the sisterhood punishes that. So a lot of cool chicks are just like being quiet and just kind of going with the flow because it's easier because they don't want to deal with the smoke. And by the way, this is all downstream to men tolerating so much bad behavior and men being unwilling to check bad behavior from women so that good women don't really have an option. They have to just kind of go with the flow to survive. Right. So this all comes back to us.
I've tried to check bad behavior before, and every single time I do, they end up leaving me.
Oh, you dodged the bullet, homie.
Like, check your fucking friends.
Dude, I've dodged way too many bullets. You know, that's my eternal curse, too. Every time I meet a nice girl, turns out she's got a boyfriend already. All right. That's my eternal curse. So I got a chance to meet Kit like a week ago. The girl on her D&D streams. You know, she's
dude, we're live.
What?
Dude, this is a private conversation you're about to have. We're live. No, there's an audience.
It ain't that. It ain't that private. What are you talking about?
All right, go.
The internet's forever.
No, don't worry. Nobody watches the show. You're fine.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. She's
How dare you?
If you've seen the Curse of Strahd streams, dude, she is exactly like that IRL, and she's fucking great. She's a blast to hang out with. And if she wasn't single, I would try to date her in a heartbeat. But yeah, I'm not one of those guys that's going to get in the middle of someone else's relationship just because.
Because you reap what you sow, Nate.
Wait, what?
Because you reap what you sow, Nate.
Shut up. I have standards, all right.
Like we were saying, the simping problem.
How is that simping?
Anyway.
You're just a young guy, Nate. You're going to catch the rap of being
I am so fucking
like
confused,
35.
right? You know what? I'm going to go get my pizza and you guys can move on.
Pineapple pizza?
You're young. You're allowed to be confused. That's the way it goes.
Nate, I really want you to watch my show religiously. I need you to do that for me, buddy. I'm serious.
I blame Vagabond for this personally, just bullying Nate and eating like cheese sticks on a Friday night on Valentine's Day by himself.
Well, Vagabond is the most aggressive and outspoken person on this panel, so
yeah.
Oh shit.
We just never know when he's just the emotions are just gonna fly off the handle.
I know, right?
What, like I talk about Walmart again or some shit. And I was like,
I
burnt my pizza
because of you. Thing.
That was pretty good, actually.
Vagabond has got that chill that makes girls, that drives women wild, I think, because he doesn't seem like he's engaged in something, but it isn't them. And this is the thing I've learned, even 20 years with the same woman or dating a new chick, and guys that I've talked to, if you just don't pay attention to them as a bunch, like if you're just mildly to moderately detached, they are fucking I need to see what this guy is doing. I need to know. I want to know why my tits aren't luring him in enough. What is it? And it gets him to a frenzy. It's like, oh my God, why isn't he giving me more attention? He's detached from me. What do I have to do? And they fucking swarm over it, dude. It's the cat effect. Like, you know how when you're not paying attention to your cat,
It's
a
moths
cat and
to
it
a
comes up
flame.
and it steps on your keyboard or it wants attention. It's the same thing. Treat them like cats. Treat them exactly like pussy, and pussy will act like pussy.
Damn.
That sounds right. I was
I'm
just
kind of
telling
like
that to a girl at the bank the other day.
Somebody writing this shit down.
I'm just gonna insert the fucking gift here. He's out of line, but he's right.
Oh. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at C.S. Johnson's tweet and open a nail salon. I was like,
So
maybe I should be a nail technician.
God damn, dude.
You go back and do it.
God damn.
Especially
Dude, Vagabond,
because
you would
okay,
pull too much as a nail
oh my god,
technician, bro.
that,
You would
like
pull too much.
even if you remotely step into the pretending you're gay best friend line, you're golden, man. You're fucking golden. Because women, a lot of the time, get attracted to a dude and then it ends up they're gay. So you toe
That's
that
sad.
line, like just border, like make them.
You
think
don't
you're
have
gay.
to you don't have to be
Back
like
back in the
gay
days
or
when I
bi.
used to
Just
back
be
in
a
the
guy.
days. Back in the
Hold
days
on.
when I used to host events, I used to host like bar events. I found out a cheat code very early on that what is actually a very, very underrated place to pick up chicks? Gay bars.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Gay bars, you say?
Yep. I learned this in college as well, actually. It's,
It's fucking
how
weird.
many of you hanging out at gay bars? This is
don't-
kind of weird.
When you find out there's chicks
hanging out
there,
at
there's
gay
a reason
bars,
to go.
dude, you go to
So
college, you're
a
gonna
lot
wa-
of it has to do with like it's kind of you're safe there, like the mentality of
Are
it, like
you
you're
though?
safe
That's
there.
the
But
real thing. We've
well,
even engaged you there. We know all the fields of battle, women. Don't think we don't.
well, that's
Here's
what
the
I'm
thing,
saying.
though,
Like
because
there's
they lower their guard. They're going to a gay
Yes.
bar, not expecting to run into a man that's actually going to be interested in them. And then when they find one, it's like, oh wow, I didn't know you were here. And that's your
Exactly,
end.
because like, dude, like I had a friend who was a gay dude in the Navy. Stereotype, yes, I know.
What?
Gal, no, it wasn't.
Oh my
Ryan.
god, was his
I
name
didn't know
Ryan?
him. No, I
No, he was
actually
in the
had a
Navy.
normal sized forehead.
How did you know?
It was a this thing. Like you go there, and there's chicks there that are just like hanging out with their gay buddies, and it's
So
No.
is this so what? I'm trying to figure out where this is going. Okay, so you're at the
I've been trying
gay
to
bar.
figure
Is
that out
this-
all night.
Is this one of those like, oh yeah, I'm the dude's gay and it's all like I'm gonna turn him straight. Is that the mentality of it?
Oh,
No,
don't try to understand it. Remember, you're talking about a women
No,
here.
they're there. They're there with
that a
their
thing,
gay
though?
buddy, who's
Yeah,
another
look.
one of the girls.
Interesting.
That's
No,
that's
look.
there's no interest in changing him. They're just there to be out with the girls, which may be two other girls and a very flamboyantly gay guy.
Now
and
look,
they just help
I'm
filter
telling
out
you
the
this.
red flags.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you this. This is advice that will only work in super liberal cities. So don't try
Well,
to
yeah.
do this in like somewhere Texas. But look,
Oh,
if you go
oh
to
no,
a
dude,
gay bar and
Houston
just be like,
is an entire neighborhood. With
They're
gay
working in
people.
Houston
We're
and Dallas,
One at a time.
not in Fort
a
Worth.
blue city. Go right ahead.
yeah, if you're going there, you obviously the reason is like, well, why are you at the gay bar? It's like, oh, well, my friends. So obviously, your friends like, oh, you got gay friends. He must be an ally. It's like, yeah, my friends just invited me to come out, and I wasn't really doing much. So now I've come
mean, I
here
have
to
limits, I'm
support
not
them.
gonna
And
do
then next thing you know, you're in a lovely conversation with a woman who knows that you're not gay and actually knows that you're into the same type of people that she's into. And then you're gonna start click. Oh, well, I'm gonna do that on stream. You're gonna start. That's the
Is that the
that's
word?
the dog.
That's the way to go about it if you want to. I'm gonna tell you
Thor's
exactly
had enough of this.
how I met my wife in college. It's the nerdiest shit ever. We were both in the same acting class, and I did a very good Golem impression. And that's how I met her. In the cafeteria at community college, basically working on my Golem monologue.
Can you get my precious
So it's funny because that I did
The
that.
Hobbits.
Well, my ex made fun of me for doing that, but it's one of the first times we hung out. I did a whole Gollum impression. It
Oh
was
my god.
very convincing.
I just love that we've established that like it's like I want to look to hook up with the chick. I'm going to the gay bar. It's just it's weird.
I'm telling you this from experience.
Definitely
that-
got to
We came
understand.
this close to living.
I mean,
Actually, Mary,
there are
And also
fields
just
of
be
battle.
kind of the math involved with that because I mean
There are
there's not
fields of
she doesn't have
battle,
many
gentlemen.
other options.
that there are
You
a lot
cannot-
of women who will go out with their gal pals to gay bars. I'm just telling you, we're not saying this because we're making it up out of thin air. It's work.
Damn it, that girl broke up with me. I'm going to the gay bar.
There to meet a partner, you go there to meet a hookup. That would probably
Yeah.
might have been that. You don't go there to meet someone you want to introduce to mom. You want to hit it and quit it. That sounds like the kind of girl that would be frequent that place.
Like I said, that was in
Professor,
my
you're
bar
muted,
hopping
whatever you're
days.
saying.
Yeah.
I've never been to a bar in my life, so I wouldn't know.
Professor's
You
just
still muted?
talking, but we can't hear him.
Nate, every time you talk, I get sad. Why are you like
I don't go to bars. I'm sorry. I don't.
Overrated. Buy your own booze, make it at home. It's so much fucking cheaper.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
After high school-
Strider,
You need to meet a chick
you're
at the comic book
35
store, Nate.
and on
That's
your
your
first
place.
divorce. Nate is a young man. He's still made of piss and vinegar and magic and testosterone. He doesn't need to
He
sleep
is.
or anything. He can get out there and just get shit-faced and just wake up the next day at 6 a.m. like nothing happened and go to the gym. And
I
just puke in
still
a trash
exactly,
bag.
dude.
Right.
I would
know?
Are we talking about Nate or are we talking about you?
Drink alone and make your own birthday cakes? Come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a whole cake to myself. Why is that a bad thing? I
would still like to drive myself home at the end of the night. Thank you very much.
No,
Nate,
like after high school,
girl
when
is
I was
waiting
Drive yourself home if you never went anywhere to begin with.
There you go.
Nate just needs to like find somebody in his area that's looking for a DM. Like you can meet, dude. D&D nerds will find pussy in their groups out there, man. It's in your if you're DMing or even just a part of the particular group you're in, or even if you're playing Warhammer, it's out there, dude. There is plenty of nerd girl waiting to hook up.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know if there's a ton of Warhammer pussy.
I
I'm
mean,
honest.
in all honesty,
there's some.
Emperor of Mankind.
I'm
No,
pretty
this
sure
is
you guys
what-
have you guys been
Okay.
to a arcade bar in your area? Like, do you guys
Yeah.
have arcade
I
bars?
was
yeah,
telling, Theo about
Yeah,
it.
there-
Yeah.
I
We
think
got
there's
an awesome one here.
there's one near me. Maybe.
Have you ever
I don't know.
gone?
Go get some
No.
dudes and go, Nate.
I don't have any dudes to go.
Just
Go by
So-
yourself
Go by
and
yourself,
meet.
fuck it.
You
Don't
go
be
by
a pussy.
yourself and just start talking to people.
Yep.
Whoever's there. It doesn't even
I
have to
know,
necessarily be women. Just go up to, like, if there's a group of people hanging out, be like, hey, what's up?
No, go talk to
You'll
the
be
bartender.
surprised
She-
at
the
how
bartender will-
effective that can
Sidle
be.
into a conversation.
The bartender will pretend to like you, so she
Yeah.
has to. So you can just go talk to her until you get used to it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Or
so
you
the
know, Nate-
problem most guys
Nate.
have is the places they go, there's not a lot of women there, right? So, like for me,
let's-
for instance, right, I go to Home Depot, Bass Pro Shop, maybe Bucky's here and there, and then
There's
like,
plenty of women at Home Depot, bro.
and like
Plenty of women at Buc-ee's.
I'm
The
just saying
guns-
that the
the
shit
gun
we do,
store.
the guns.
I'm not gonna lie. I almost met a girl at Buc-ee's, and I mean almost only because I was passing through that night. We went
Dude,
to the
Iron Strider, the shit we do in Curse of Strahd, I would not be able to do at some random gaming table. I'm just saying.
Not with that attitude.
No, but
Yeah,
like
exactly, dude. That's the thing. Be a little more daring with it. Do a go to a gaming shop too, dude. I don't know where you are, Nate, but here, like, there's actually like cute young women at the fucking gaming stores out here in Phoenix. Like, you'll see it. Like, we'll go to get my
Phoenix,
kid
you said?
Pokemon cards and shit.
I live in deep
And
country,
they've got-
North Carolina.
Yeah, so what? Give it a try.
No. Here's what you
Don't
need to
shoot it
do,
down.
Nate. Go find a local boba shop and just hang out there on the weekends.
Dude,
well,
what?
Go
Here.
to a boba shop and just hang out there. during the weekend.
Boba. Okay, the Asian
Boba.
boba. Boba.
Yeah.
I
Sell
heard
boba.
bulbous, and I'm like,
Yeah, just
bulbous
don't drink it because that shit's disgusting. I hate
I don't know what
it.
you're talking about.
I don't
Iron.
like boba.
That
I
shit
like
is
boba.
delicious. I drink it all
No,
the time.
it's not.
No, it's not
Oh, there's
delicious.
so
You
many
just like
people like
Asian
it.
women.
Chewy
That's what's
thought-
going on there.
I thought you said
I like
go-
Asian women too, but
Go out there and drink
boba.
boba tea, and then when you're both shitting your brains out in the same bathroom, you can start a conversation.
I like the he's just hanging out at the boba shop or whatever the hell. Just
All I'm
hey.
hearing is Vagabundo wants to suck balls.
No,
Oh.
but
That's fair.
Well, I'm
No, you
definitely
don't,
not.
yeah.
I'm definitely not fucking
He's
doing
okay.
that.
No boba.
no.
Back to the
Sorry, I
gay
have to
bar.
balance it out all the shit I've been talking. I have to make
If
sure
you
I-
don't like boba, you can order it without the boba. But
Yeah,
just
order it
hang
without
out
boba.
there. There's a lot of girls that go there, and there you go. All you need to do is go to the
Wait,
right areas where there's
so
women at.
if you order it without the boba, is it just tea?
Yeah, pretty much.
With milk in it, I guess.
Be the
Well, it
creepy
doesn't
guy
have to be
who
milk.
hangs
Like
out at
I
the
usually
tea
get well, if I go to my favorite spot, Ding Tea, I get the aloe vera kiwi juice with golden boba.
Ooh,
It's
sounds
so
good.
delicious.
That sounded
But,
so gay, dude.
Your inner girl is showing, Vagabond.
Hey, I do the same thing where I like the blonde white girl taking pictures of the drink every single time I order it. Like I order from the
There's Vagabond.
No, but like
I don't even do that shit. My natural hair color is blonde, man.
no, but
I
like,
do.
You're more of a white woman than the white woman.
no, but like I ordered the same drink every time. So there's this place called Ding Tea. They're originally on the West Coast, but I was waiting for them to open. They were like building one in Georgia. I was like, hell yeah! And so it turns out they're the first one on the East Coast. I was like, I'm all in there. I'm like the old creepy old dude is like, oh yeah, I used to shop with you guys all the time on California and shit. The kids don't really care what the hell I'm talking about. And I ordered the same drink every single time, but it's delicious. But that's all you need to do, Nate, is hang out at one of those spots, and there you go. Like you just need to hang out where a lot of women are going to, because that's all the guys complaining they can't find girls are going to places that there's no girls going to. And like they go to all their favorite places.
Go to yoga, Nate.
Also, this is the important part is like all of these suggestions are predicated on your ability to tolerate a bunch of humiliating failure right in a row. That's the other thing they're not bringing up is going to boba isn't going to fix it. You have to go to boba and get humiliated for like 100 times, and then you might meet a nice girl. You just got to deal with that. That's just part of the game, and I don't want to not mention it.
Yeah.
Here's a simple.
Is all part of being a young man. If you're
That's it. Yeah, this is just the stage in your life where you get humiliated all the time. That's just it.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems of being a man. We have to develop that callus.
We do.
Being rejected. If you don't develop that, you will never learn the art of not giving a fuck. Right. Because that's what it's all about. Yes. Once you get to that point, like I just don't give a fuck anymore, then your whole world changes.
When the women want you to give,
I'm so much happier with having done that. Yeah.
Women forget everything we just told you to this very moment right now. Go to a Whole Foods, put a bunch of douchey items in your basket, and then walk around and talk to girls. And then at some point, they're going to look at your basket and be like, oh, he's sophisticated. Maybe I'll give him a shot.
Yeah, but do you really want those kind of women? Because if I see that, I'd be like, hauling ass the opposite direction. Be like, all right, you're 20.
They're usually wearing
you like masculine men. That's clearly not the target demo Nate is trying to court. So, like, let's try to be realistic.
Nate, if you want chicks like Gal, go to the meat department, fill your cart with steak, and then walk around and talk to them. Just nothing but 8-inch ribeyes.
I mean,
they'll
be like, eat a lot of steak and eggs. So.
Although technically, I buy my meat directly from the farm. I don't go to the grocery store. So
I'll say this.
I got a buddy who owns a beef farm, and I keep asking him how to order beef, and because I want to get it from him because it's grass-fed Oklahoma shit, and he just hasn't sent me anything.
You want to get his beef?
Technically,
Ryder wants his beef so bad.
Big
he
black.
wants a 9-inch New York strip in his mouth.
Nate.
The fact you're doing that naked is
no matter what.
And the two gigantic potatoes on the side, yeah, absolutely.
Nate, no matter what, it can't be that bad.
I want his beef so bad.
My ex is in prison for.
Oh my god, Prof!
Wait.
You Vagabond, you're just like me for real.
I don't know that, but yeah, it was on the news and everything in Georgia. But
all I heard was my ex is in prison.
Yeah,
my ex is literally in prison.
You ain't heard that about Vagabond, man?
No, my ex.
The tales of Vagabond.
No, my ex went to jail for beating a guy with a frying pan.
Oh, mine stabbed somebody, and then
was it Gordon Ramsay in Hell's Kitchen?
Theo's like, can you send me this girl's location?
Yeah, what's her Instagram?
I'll be her pal.
Is she single? I assume so.
I don't know who you stabbed, but I'm pretty sure he deserted.
Hey, Gal. So you got to run, hun?
Yes. Here, in a few. I actually probably just now. Oh God, let me fix these. All right. Y'all can find me, green-haired anti-liberal, on like all the socials and stuff. I do a Wednesday stream where I take that book list, collecting dust in the corner, and read it to you, so you don't have to. So, cooking the books. That's where you'll find me. But otherwise, in a few minutes here, I will be on Dermy Wormy's channel for Ballbusters, as I am there every Friday and producing. Because the dumbass doesn't know how to do shit on his own. Yeah.
All of our balls are supremely busted.
Speaking of Dermy, real quick before you go, Gal, did Dermy ask you a really weird question a night or two ago? Because he asked me a really peculiar one.
Do you have any pennies?
No.
Did he misspell the word and say pennies instead of penis? Yeah, he did.
He asked you that? What the
question? He asked me a really weird question because he was doing some sort of experiment, and I played dumb until he spelled the fucking word right. I knew exactly what he was asking, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to teach you a lesson. I was like, why does he have pennies in bed?
Dermy's always hungry for peanuts. We all know this.
Yes, he did. He did. Iron.
Okay. See, I probably won't bring that up because it might be a topic for his show tonight. Consider.
I don't know.
He's doing a lot of research.
Filipino fucking.
No,
women.
he just wants penis.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, just a quick. So it had to do with do women just enjoy cupping a man's balls while they sleep for no reason?
Oh, see, and he
apparently it's a Filipino culture.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Right.
was watching that. There's a chick called the Filipina P, and basically she just talks about Western dudes that get relationships with Filipino women all day.
Well, I mean,
that's because they understand the power of the vase de France, which is the space between each testicle, and what you should do with that. Women that
Filipino woman, she can just cut her
own
balls while she sleeps.
I will leave you with this. There are a lot of Asian women around military bases in Asia for a reason.
They know.
Because they bring in the whole family. They have to snag the man first. I watched it firsthand. I lived in Japan for 2 years. Just saying.
Funny. You gotta be careful though. Some of those countries may be a dude.
Yeah, my brother was stationed in Okinawa when he was a Marines, and he came back with a girlfriend at one point. Like, what is going on?
They all do, dude. You should see the Army base in Arizona. All of Sierra Vista's Vietnamese women.
No, if you marry a Filipino, you're marrying the whole family.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I'm talking about, because I went on
the army.
training ops 3 separate times to the Philippines, and that's exactly what it is. But their life isn't exactly great there, so I can understand it. But don't just necessarily shoot from the hip.
Before you go,
while you were in service, Gal, did you have the strapping young local Asian boys throw themselves at your feet? Was that a thing, or did it only go one direction?
Okay, let me just tell you the male to female ratio in the Marines. It is 20-1. I don't need no civvy.
So
I was about to say,
so everybody knows, the other night, Gal let it be known. She didn't feel like a woman until she joined the Marines, and the Marines helped her learn how to feel like a woman.
Okay, fuck you, Prof. I was in boot camp for 3 goddamn months, being basically a dude rolling around in the mud with my fucking rifle, face in the dirt. I wanted to get my nails done, get my hair done, wear a fucking dress.
Love you, Gal.
My perfect sexual experience, just rolling around the mud with a rifle.
Code name was Amtrak.
Strider. I'm not saying anything when it comes to that.
Nick's just gonna
I
stay out
need
of
blood
this
to go
one.
back into my other brain before I can reply.
Strider coming I like the new filthy Strider. This is I like this.
More of this guy.
I like this.
I'm just going to
change his name from RedStrider to Horny Strider.
So he just grabs a rifle and starts rolling in the mud, getting off on it.
I'm just gonna.
Preferably there's a.
He's all like, "Oh."
Side of the rifle,
It's like today on FNT when they debuted Dark Odin. This is Horny Strider.
On that note, I do have to go. Thank you guys so much for having me
bet you
on.
do.
This was a blast. I appreciate it.
Thank
It was great having you
Good
back.
night.
You're
We
welcome
love
back
you.
anytime.
Anytime.
Go subscribe to Gal's channel and go check out Ball Busters whenever you get tired of
watch
us.
Jeremy be gay.
I gotta take off too. I'm due over there as well.
All
So,
right.
Okay.
Both of
Yep.
you
Thanks for
have to
coming
go
by.
watch him be gay.
Yep.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yep. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
All right,
See you later, Devil. Good having you on, man. You're welcome back anytime.
Always come hang out, dude.
All right, everybody go check them out over on Dermy Wormy's channel and the show Ballbusters. Again, not to give the guy too much credit, but the reason I kind of do this because, like, I like this retard. I'm retarded too. I could do this.
Dermy is far more retarded and gay than anybody on this panel. I'm just going to make that statement right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. But he manages to make it
100%.
not weird.
I think Butters wants whatever's on the shelf back there.
I know, right?
I know she saw my toys over there.
No.
I feel
Nope.
No.
What is doing? That's too easy. That was too easy. I'm not even. Out of respect for Selena and Iron, I'm not going there.
So, Selena, by the way,
I don't want to know where
I
your
just
mind
want it
went.
known.
You've
my
been
mind
hanging
did
around
not even
MSK
go there.
too
The
long.
It's a
bottom-
toy
bottom
elephant, and it's
finger,
directly
third
behind us.
Uh-huh.
It's a toy.
Stop it,
Oh
Professor.
my god. You drank too much
Everything you say
tonight,
is creepy enough
Professor.
for sure.
Damn.
I've been watching him become progressively redder throughout the entire show, and it's been glorious to
I'm
behold.
Irish. I'm allowed to be red.
English, motherfucker.
That tuft of hair has just gradually started sticking more and more to his forehead.
Fuck the English. Fuck all of them. Fuck the women. I did. My wife's my wife's maiden name is a very English name, and I fuck her plenty. Fuck the English.
That's a terrible.
Okay.
Was that British
All
or
right, well, on
Scottish?
to the next.
I couldn't tell.
No
What was the next
fucking
topic?
fighting.
Moving right along.
No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fighting.
So this
Oh,
one,
fuck your no
I don't know how
fighting.
well this has been vetted,
Always
but I
fight.
want to ask Society if he has any input on it. Do you know anything about John De La Rose and the whole identity theft scandal that's going on right now? Is it BS? I haven't had too much time to look into it.
Are we talking about the woman who he stole the image from, or you're talking about
Yeah.
the love child
Yes.
that he had with the woman whose likeness he used in his comic books? 'Cause there's
I didn't hear
two
that.
different ones going on.
Why not both? But I
Wow,
was
what a
speaking
piece of shit.
primarily to Smash JT's comment, and I saw some people in the chat saying that this ended up being kind of an L for Smash JT. I'm not sure. Like maybe this isn't a real person.
Well, no, the lady whose photo that supposedly is was like, yeah, this is me, and he did not give permission to use my name, to use my photo for this.
Mm-hmm. So now he's accusing that account who called him out as being a fake account for calling him out for using a fake woman's photo for his alt account as well. So this is really, really stupid. In a large, because basically John De La Rose is trying to blame some other person for being a fake account because he was just caught stealing an image for his own fake account. Then now they're trying to use that as a basis to cancel him. And then apparently there was another thing going around too. Is that one of his comic books that he was working on a while back ago, that he used the image of a woman who he had a secret love child with not too long ago in the likeness of that comic book. And keep in mind, this is supposed to be the Catholic conservative culture warrior out there who's all against porn and fornication, even though he fornicated out of wedlock of his own child that he's now raising, pretending like it doesn't exist as well. So I mean, there's a multitude of things that are going on here with John De La Rose, but at the end of the day, he's basically burned his bridge with everyone. And I don't really know outside of John Trent who is still on the side of John De La Rose at this point. And it seems like all of his peacocking and hot dogging and grandstanding is coming back to bite him in the ass in multiple ways than one. And like I said, if this chick turns out to be
Hot
legit,
hot dog ass sounds all right.
yeah, right. No, so if this chick turns out to be legit, then that's one lawsuit he's possibly looking at. He's also looking at the other one that he started with Phantom Post, where he was basically accusing them of promoting child sodomy, which him and the other John were all over for the last week or so. So, like I said, they're not particularly making themselves a whole lot of allies here at the moment for a multitude of reasons. And I've talked about many shows about my whole issues with Della Rose and Trent, about how Trent abruptly left Bounding in the Comics, then Della Rose got upset because he didn't get the editor-in-chief's job, so he started smearing Bounding in the Comics, and John kind of assisted him in the smearing of Bounding in the Comics, and he ended up going from that job to that Park Place, which he left a year earlier, and now they're all trying to do some kind of culture war nonsense with Phantom Pulse, and I don't think that's particularly going over very well recently with a whole group of people, so that's kind of where we're at the moment, as far as I know.
Yeah, Savvy I think also did a deep dive into his alter ego female author profile, and was finding kind of a lot of weird shit. It wasn't leading anywhere, but like this is who this person's been associated with them, so this is not really leading back to anybody real. So it's clearly an alt. And it's like, well, you connected with this woman, with this person, and it's like, yeah, you got caught with your pants down, buddy. Just take the L and stop. Just stop digging.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, the internet's forever. Internet autists are some of the most infuriating, but some of the most effective people on the planet. And when you piss them off, you better goddamn believe you're toast. You're done. Don't do it.
Doesn't matter for him. He's already got a huge list of stuff. It's just he relies on people not having the energy, being too lazy to do any bit of research.
Well, I mean, with Della Rose, he's just a drama merchant at this point. So his entire brand is like he's going to stir up as much drama as he possibly can. I mean, basically, at this point, he is. I mean, he's just stirring up as much drama as he can because he thinks that if I keep my name out there and keep the controversies going, then there may be somebody out there who checks out Fandom Posts and decides they're going to spend $5 a month to read my dirt sheet with me and the other trend for a little bit of time. And then I can shill my books out too. So he's just seeing this as he has no integrity. It's all a marketing ploy for him at this point. The only other person that's in the equation is John Trent, who supposedly actually believes all the stuff that he's been saying and all the stuff that he's been doing. Like I said, John Della Rose is a complete charlatan when it comes to him being a Christian in any way, shape, or form. John Trent is super into the Catholic stuff, but like I said, he's also at the point where he's burned so many bridges with people that if it doesn't work out with Fandom Post, where really is he going to go outside of trying to create his own outlet that he can manage and do salacious headlines for? I mean, it's like you're looking at it as close to bottom of the barrel that both these guys are at this point because they've angered so many people over the last few years.
I will say though, I did especially appreciate John F. Trent though when he was at Bounding in the Comics because he would straight up call it sodomy, and it triggered so many. It triggered all the right people, even though it's exactly what he's describing. Like he's describing like a gay couple. Yeah, he's describing sodomy, like describing and like whether or not what you feel about it is irrelevant. That's literally the definition. So all the right people got so triggered and so mad about it, and I kind of loved it because it reads like a sermon almost. It's like, this is kind of hilarious because I know it's gonna piss off so many people. It's great. Just imagining them seething like, oh my god, a traditional Catholic espouses traditional Catholic views. Be still my heart.
Well, not only that, but then you had, the point with, I guess, both that Park Place and with Bounding in the Comics towards the end was the fact that it wasn't just like the sodomy stuff. It's like when he specifically started calling out child mutilation, and then he was basically told, it's like, okay, get child mutilation. It's not going to play well with the SEO. Can you change up the wording a little bit? And then that's when he was like, oh, this is censorship and I'm out of here. So he left Bounding, went to that Park Place, slandered Bounding on his way out, and then found himself in the exact same situation that he was with at that Park Place. Was like, yeah, you're kind of killing our SEO here. And this is how we make money. And then he didn't want to change there. So he left that place and then jumped over to Fandom Post. Now he knows that he can't slander that Park Place the same way he slandered us, because if you basically tell the same story with two different outlets, people are going to eventually come to the conclusion that, hey, maybe you're the common denominator in this situation. It's not just the places that are quote unquote trying to censor you or cancel you.
Indeed. Can't argue there.
By the way, the answer to not wanting to get censored is to start your own fucking website and just right there.
Yep.
And then build a following. That's the answer. Like I got tired of the comedy club not letting me do shit, so I started booking my own shows, and now I ride around all over the country doing my own shit, and I make more money. That's what you do when you don't want to get censored. You just fucking make your own shit.
Become ungovernable.
Yeah.
Now, that kind of does, though, that reminds me of what him and Melanie have both been calling we're being canceled. It's like there's a difference between nobody's telling anybody not to. If you like their opinions, you're going to subscribe to fucking Fandom Pulse and all that. We're just calling them their opinions are stupid on that particular topic, especially. So I'm not really seeing.
I mean,
the
in
argument
John
there.
Delarose's case, you can argue that because he's become so insufferable that none of the bigger YouTubers want to work with him anymore. So he's
That's
like,
true.
"Oh, my avenue with geeks and gamers that didn't actually exist is closed because Jeremy hates me." It's like, well, he hated you several years ago. Like, it has nothing to do with what you said recently. He's hated you for a while. So, but yeah, I mean, Melanie Mac complaining about she's being shut up. Like, you're not being canceled at all. Like, you haven't lost a single sponsor.
is that
or a
also
single
like just
outlet.
women playing the victim again to try to solicit points? Like I said, proving my point exactly. Women victimize this shit because they know it works.
Man, none of y'all know about the Daniel Green situation, huh?
What?
Enlighten.
Book stuff. It's book stuff. You guys don't know the YouTube side of things. Like the biggest book YouTuber just got accused of like SA, and like the entire community like turned on him, even though it's like the most bullshit accusation ever. But it's whatever. It's neither here nor there. But, yeah.
So the Me Too rears its ugly bullshit head again, apparently.
Oh, big time. I got videos on
Gotcha.
it. You guys check it out.
Oh yeah, you're talking about that of the Homeward Bound
I'm
stream.
not familiar with it, so I'm definitely going to check out your videos, kind of get freshened up. Might be something we can talk about next week if there's room for it. Well, we're at about the 2.5 hour mark, so we'll start going around the horn. And unless anybody's got any memes they want to share before we head out. And sorry, you're just getting here, Battsauce, and we're already wrapping up, dude.
Well, I came here really for one reason, and it's to express my passion of Legend of Korra being the biggest, gayest girl boss TV show of all time. I wanted to make that very apparent.
Wow.
Arza is also just a big fan of girl boss TV, and that's kind of just how it is.
Bro, you got to come on my show and fight Arza about this. I want to see it.
That was fascinating. I'm still making my way through Avatar: Last Airbender, so that was actually kind of fun.
Wait, you never finished it?
No, I am very late to the party when it comes to anime. Like I'm still making my way. I still haven't finished Bleach. And so,
it's not anime. It's anime
I'm
inspired.
still watching Dragon Ball Z. I'm still watching One Piece. Like I'm still catching up on a lot of stuff I didn't get to see as a kid. So in Last Airbender is on there too.
Well, I will say this. I don't have a meme for you guys here, but I have a certified hood classic here. This is an old video, but it's a great video. These two chuckleheads decided that they were going to do pro wrestling moves off of the roof of their home. And didn't exactly end very well. Here's the end result.
No!
Oh shit!
No! We're about to watch somebody die.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, at least we don't see a bone popping out of his leg.
He pissed himself?
He tore a ligament though. Ooh, he compressed his back. Bro, I'm sorry. He's gonna feel that when he's my age.
Oh my god!
In other words, that guy's tailbone is in his sternum right now.
Yeah, basically, he's
not
gonna have
have a
disc
tailbone.
problems the rest of his fucking all of his 40s and 50s.
Oh,
It's been pulverized into its basic elements.
That back is
Don't overplay that
permanently
again.
destroyed.
I got a meme to share.
I'm so glad I missed that.
Darwinism is a real thing.
Yep.
All right. So
Hope
I got
a dent in the ground.
I got a meme. I got a meme directed at Star Wars fans. I thought this was pretty funny. This got a chuckle out of me the other day.
Share your screen. I'll pull it up.
I'm already sharing it.
Yeah, where is it? Oh, there we go.
This shit's funny. The Star Wars fandom in a nutshell.
Hey, you shut the fuck up! Why don't you come down and make me tough guy? Hey, why don't you come up here and make me come down here, tough guy? I am gonna come up there. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Hey, why don't you Try it, asshole. Get your ass up here and kick my ass. Shut the fuck up, you stupid idiot. Shut the fuck up. I'm really sorry. Yeah, me too. She's worse than us. Yeah, she's our enemy now.
That's fucking accurate. That is so good. Okay. Do y'all remember the Donkey Kong Country TV show?
What the fuck is
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that cartoon, dude.
So
That
I
cartoon was
forgot this
great, bro.
existed.
Is that
Yeah,
Savage Dad?
You, Nate.
Cartoon film.
Hey, that was a
Things
good
like
one.
That,
That was a good one. That one put some hair on your chest.
Gold
nerd.
star.
That was good.
Nice burn, Nate. I appreciate that, but I ain't got no titties like that, and you still haven't had sex tonight, and I will.
Got him. Nate, this is called you come at the
This
king,
is
you
why
better
I
not
do
miss.
this.
Oh my god. That's great.
I'm very happy in my tiny house by myself. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
I got an aneurysm. Oh, that hurt. That was good. All right.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Be prepared for some of the most unintentionally hilarious, dirty, and racist thing you've ever seen.
Oh no.
Come on, Candy. I'll take you home. All right. You're still my
Oh
husband,
god.
monkey.
Keep listening.
That is horrendous.
Oh, it gets better.
It's already
This
racist.
wasn't actually on the show, was
Let's
it?
start that R&B, yo.
Oh, just listen.
This is racist,
What
right?
the fuck is going on?
This is-
Listen, just listen, listen.
Turn up the volume.
Is it up
What's
already?
he gonna do with the banana?
Oh, hang on. Let me turn it up. Okay, I didn't realize it was halfway down. Okay, I actually need to restart this whole song.
Please don't.
I know there's no other race that could take your place.
Cringing.
I can't believe you feel the way that you do. Your love is like a dream come true.
Oh my god.
You are the sunlight woman of my day.
Where are your hands going there, Mr.
Whoa, wait a
Crocodile?
minute.
What is happening?
This is like a Gmod skit.
When I look in your eyes,
Just wait. Hang on.
I shower you with coconut cream pie.
Whoa!
Hey, yo!
Whoa!
Wait a minute!
Our love is like a summer breeze.
Spray that bitch.
Just say we're meant to be. Our love is stronger than a golden banana.
I'm going to hell. I just had the worst
Fuck
thought
yeah, it
ever.
is.
That's gonna be my new intro.
Playing this during Black
It's
History
about
Month.
that
This is
golden
absurd.
banana.
I've got
And
the
why
most
is it always the
inappropriate
white girls,
erection
too?
right now.
Is this
Someone send-
copyright? Because I'm putting this in my intro.
It's always
I
the
was
white
saying-
girls with the headbands, too.
Is this
Someone send this to MSK and not say anything.
Give me the link. I will absolutely. I'm going to put this on his radar tonight.
Wow.
What?
coconut cream pie?
Bruh.
I'd be rolling.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the coconut cream pie was
Pause.
I'm about to say we shouldn't get copyright struck by this. I don't know. Is Nintendo that petty? Do they even want to acknowledge
did you
that
guys-
this exists? I doubt it.
Hey, where are the white
So
women
at
at?
MegaCon, yeah, where are they at? But at MegaCon, there was a there was some people dressed up as bananas, and there was a group of like of monkeys
I
from
saw
the
that.
fucking what's that movie?
I saw that.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. So I hopped in
Iron,
there.
I
And
sent
I
you
was like,
something in the.
I saw that shit, Vagabond. I was like, fucking
Yeah.
Vagabond. Like, bro, I got to go to a con with you someday, dude.
yeah. So
Pretty fucking
MMA
wild.
Crease was like some black lady saw me. It's like I guess she was security or something, and she was shaking her head when I ran in there.
Dude, we got to do Dragon Con fucking sometime, man. I'm going to do that. I'm
Yeah.
like, I've had some shit experiences nearly getting robbed in Atlanta, but I can dig some of the vibe of the city. Like,
But if you know, a good
Dragon
one for
Con
you,
would be wild.
MomoCon would also be good for you because if you're into old arcades, so MomoCon, the bottom floor got a giant retro arcades just set up for you to play for like 24/7. And then they got like a bunch of Japanese arcades and stuff too you can play. But you kind of have to like, I can't read the instructions unless I know Japanese and try them out.
Are you ready for this now? Yeah. Gotta get it back more.
This is about to be racist.
Get almost touching.
About to be.
Yeah, see that? Are you ready for this?
That's why men can be friends.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. That's how we do it.
All right. Unless
is one
anybody's
thing women
else
don't
got any
understand
more
about men.
memes, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Go ahead, Prof.
Oh.
I said go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, fuck Battsauce. He showed up late, so he doesn't get an outro.
Hey, we're one sub from 420 on the Iron Seas, guys. One sub from 420. Let's go.
Nice fucking camera off pick Iron.
I've got a whole slew of them.
Yeah, he's been doing it all night.
Every time you've gone into a rant, I've turned off the camera.
That's awesome. Yes, you need to do something with A on that. Let's see. We've got a 3-day fucking weekend for the first time in a very long time. I'm planning on tomorrow afternoon. I'll be doing a PC rebuild stream. So if that's your fucking kind of thing, I'm going to be drinking. I'm going to be pulling all of the shit out of the PC I normally use and putting it in to this big, thick black case I've got over here.
Okay.
What a crazy. So I just got
also,
my new case just came in today too.
Oh, it did?
Oh, you guys have
Check it out.
streamed together.
Also, the appropriate month for my new power supply, I just want to say. But I'll be
love the name.
Building I know, right?
Dark power.
I'll be doing a stream, putting the new PC case together tomorrow. Anybody who wants to stop by and hang out in the chat tomorrow afternoon, I'll be fucking around with that until probably I'm hanging out in Chatterday. I'll probably still be fucking around with it then, because my plan is to take this old PC apart where my graphics card is too long for the case that it's in. It doesn't fit. It's actually rubbing against a fan and it makes some noise the whole time. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to give the video card a little more room in another case.
What are you going to do to it after that?
Huh?
Be descriptive.
Yeah, I'm going to take it out slowly, so it doesn't hurt. And then I'm going to stick it into the new case. The new case is so big. When I put that card in, the new case is going to be like, bro, is it even in yet?
Okay, Master Swag King, calm down.
All right.
So that's my plans. That's what I got going on. I'll be hanging out on Chatterday, and then I'll be hanging out with probably MSK sometime next week doing a comic book review. Of course.
All right.
And then here for Rogues Gallery next Friday, where I can say some more extremely heterosexual, married, aggressive things.
Without a shirt. You forgot without a shirt.
Yeah, the new requirement is you have to come sauce
you guys
with
don't
no
know,
shirt on
I
a
have
free
a
show.
tube top on, all right?
You need a wife beater.
Battsauce, what you got going on, man? Congratulations on Iron Seas, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, no, just sub to the Iron Seas, man. That's where the place is. We're growing fast. We were like at 200, I think. Not even at the beginning of the year. So yeah, that's
Nice. That's really impressive. So good job there.
I know.
Good growth.
I am impressive. I know. It's something I do.
Nate.
Obviously, for any of you that are Curse of Strahd players, we got Curse of Strahd episode 16 tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. EST. It is Strider's birthday, so everybody wear your Hawaiian shirts if you're going to be there. Just working on got a couple more streams lined up as well. Thinking about streaming Ghost Recon again in a couple nights. I had a lot of fun doing it last night. Still trying to finish Beyond Two Souls so I can start another game, after that. And then I've got a video lined up I made the thumbnail for a video I got coming up, basically just showing people how to make level 1 characters. It's gonna be kind of skit filled, but I mean it should be educational for anybody who wants to get into D&D 5e. Not using using the old player's handbook, not using that new woke BS.
Well, yeah.
Don't use the new gay
No, and I'm
stuff.
glad you're leaning into it, man. We've been giving you that advice to, the D&D streams are going so well, and you made that's something
Nate.
really, really good for you to lean hard into. Oh my God, what professor?
No, I was gonna say another tactic that Nate could take is like many other streamers before him. If you make it big, you could just try to fuck people from your chat, like some other scumbags from the streaming world.
You think very little of me, don't you?
I'm not talking about you, but I'm making fun of other people. I think you have better standards than that.
Yeah, don't.
You
get
will
in
do
the habit
fine.
of
You're a
fucking your
young man.
fans. It's not a good habit to get into. Just
You would know from experience, right, Theo?
Don't fucking do it, dude. Seriously.
Theo has
it's not
learned
worth
this
it.
2 years later. He's like, okay, no more sex with fans.
Yeah, you really got to cut
Unless
that. And they
Melody
will
Max
never
does.
stop
Yeah,
DMing you.
after
They
that,
will never
he-
stop DMing you once you break the seal. They will never stop.
Unless
Yeah,
Melody
that was
Max
literally they
has
think this
his
nigga would be
own
my
crowd
wife
that
now.
night,
It's
then
weird.
Theo's all in.
Yeah, Curse of Strahd is really just a sex cult plot twist. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
That's why I'm there.
that's the last chapter right there. That's fucking
With as
perfect.
often as we roll for sex, it makes complete sense.
I mean, we've had a lot of people roll for sex, so it kind of makes sense at
It
this
is
point, right?
seriously like the horniest fucking D&D party I've ever been a part of.
Do you
And I'm
know
not
how-
even
It's
really
pretty
the horny one.
ridiculous.
I'm not
I-
even driving it really.
I had to let
Yeah.
Theo narrate his own orgy because I've
Yeah,
never
because you
I've never
suck
been a
at
part of
narrating
that.
group sex. It's like you have
Right.
no idea what you're doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I prefer
Only-
intimacy with one
only
person.
In a Full Metal Nate stream, will you hear the term "you suck at narrating group sex"? Fucking people watch Nate.
We need to put
Get
that
on
a
Nate's
t-shirt.
channel.
I suck at narrating group sex.
Ladies, listen.
Just
help
with his face
Nate
there.
improve his group sex narration.
Yeah, that one. Theo, what you got coming up, man?
Well, that's okay. So I got some stuff. So I've been doing a lot of road trips lately, and I've been getting a lot of clips from that. So I'm going to be working on rolling out those clips. I think I'm going to do some shorts are going to be coming out on my YouTube, and then I'm going to paywall some of the longer videos behind my Patreon. So that's actually the big announcement I'm trying to push right now. And we're trying to get the merch store launched, but I don't have any. It's something I'm going to work on. We don't have anything concrete on that, but the Patreon is live right now. We just don't have anything on it yet. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, we'll have one of the longer videos, something a little more polished, paywalled, and then we'll have shorts kind of like advertising that. So if you're interested in that, I already put my link tree in the chat. There we go. Now it's coming in. Oh, it said it's not going to.
I forgot to mod you. I
Oh,
gotta mod
that's
you.
my bad. Okay,
I
that's
got it.
fine. Yeah, I'm going to post my link tree in the chat. So if you're really excited about the comedy stuff that I have coming up, and you're super interested in seeing that, and maybe you want to sub to my Patreon so that I have another source of sustainable income, that'd be super sick, because the more money you guys give me, the better quality shows I can produce. So please do that. That'd be a lot of fun. Thank you. Oh, and if you want to, Touchgrass podcast with Theo Snodgrass tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Me and a posse of ladies, and also B.S. Warren for some reason, are going to be talking about romantasy, porn books, dark romance, sex books, whatever we got going on. Battsauce, I actually just ran out of space on the panel. This is definitely going to be a multi-episode.
I will be getting a haircut. I won't be there.
It's my fault.
I'm
my
literally reading The Fourth Wing. If you don't know what that is,
God
then you
damn
should be
it!
doing this panel.
Bro, fucking drop
Actually,
by.
I've already read it. Yeah.
Bro, drop by. One of these girls is gonna flake. I know it. So you got to drop by, man, just in case. Dude, I've been
Man,
doing stuff.
I'm not telling you that way.
Booking women and them not showing up? Never.
Yeah. Dude, one of my groupies was like up my ass yesterday that she was gonna come to my show, and she's like, "I'm so excited to see you. Oh my god, 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 oh my god." Didn't show up at all. Didn't send me a message clarifying that she wasn't gonna show up. She just had woman things to do. Like somebody was just giving her free shit somewhere, and she had to go get it. That's what happened, I guess. Anyway, sorry. Battsauce, I will need you in the chat for sure. So please show up to the show. That's tomorrow. Touchgrass Investigates. We're doing a very special episode. We're talking about porn books.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
All right.
Well, unless you got more.
No, I was going to say, usually when I say porn books, this is the point where some woman jumps out of the bushes to say, actually, they're not all porn. And I know that. But if I say porn books, that's funnier. And when I say it's super nuanced, it's less funny. And I have a male audience. So it has to be an entertaining show.
Yes.
Gotcha. Society, what you got coming up, man?
Nothing. I got nothing. I got shows and stuff. Then I'm probably gonna. Like,
Jeez, you sound more depressed than me. Good God.
You're making us sadder than Strider's birthday. Come on.
Let's say I have a whole
show on Discovery Plus. I might check out. No, so tomorrow we're gonna be doing Retro Wave. We're gonna catch up with my buddy Nerdigans on a Pokemon manga, not the anime because the anime sucks. We're gonna be doing that tomorrow around noonish. Sunday, I got the Bible Ends. I've been doing a series about the biblical truth on satanic panic. If you have not checked out the first 2 episodes, go back and check them out. I might just ruin every single musician from the 1960s and 70s yet. I haven't even made it to the 80s. That's probably not even until week 4. So yeah, we're exposing everything from where it started to where we are now. That's what's going to be on Sunday at 7 p.m. And then Tuesday, we got the Ballroom. Go back and check out our last episode. We talked about the Carl's Jr. controversy. We talked about 50 Cent for a little bit of time. And I think there was a couple other things we hit up on too. HETV working with BlackRock and Vanguard. And that was a fun conversation. So go check all of those things out. Meanwhile, I will have reviews and other stuff coming up for Bounding in the Comics as well. So I'll be working on a multitude of stuff.
Awesome. Strider, what you got going on, man?
Yeah, so I'll be on Nate. I'll be on Full Metal Nate with doing Curse of Strahd tomorrow. So that'd be pretty fun. Again, as you mentioned, it is my birthday. We will have Hawaiian shirts at my request, and my character's got some big choices to make. So we'll see how that turns out. But we're gonna have a ball. And then tomorrow,
darkness is looming.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do with that yet. But yeah, you can follow me at I finally put my Twitter account. This will be the last Twitter account I ever have, I promise. And
that's a lie.
It is not. I've been very good. I'm going to stay good. So I'm going to stay that way.
I'm a good boy. Only
because I want to be, damn it. But yeah, I'll be posting some, I have some fun stuff planned for my birthday tomorrow. Just going to be me. So I'm going to be hanging out and doing some fun stuff. So be on the lookout if you want to follow along and look at some of the fun shit I'm doing around town, then feel free to follow me on Twitter for other base takes. Be careful, I do get spicy. But aside from that, I'm still working on trying to just figure out how to do the stream of just reading books. And I did get express permission from Gal. It was okay that I did steal her idea. I just want to read books and for like an hour and a half every week with y'all and just read some fun stuff and maybe we might both learn something. But yeah, that's all I got planned. And then you find me here on every Friday night. Yeah.
We do have a book club on the Iron Seas, just FYI for people.
Okay.
Oh, right on.
All right.
Vagabundo.
Just getting back in the swing of things. I'm also building a PC. Professor stole my idea. No, but I won't be streaming it. But I'm still collecting parts, by the way. So, but once it's done, it's not going to be my final build. I'm just updating parts so I can get modernized and finally stream in my end. And then I'll probably do another PC build later on in the future. But other than that, I will be on Westward Smiles channel tomorrow. I don't know what the topic is. It's a surprise. I'm assuming it has something to do with Black History Month. So other than that, yeah, you'll catch me here every Friday. Everyone just like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 500. I don't know what number we're at right now. And you catch me around the GCA and whoever else.
3:30. Right on. And Selena, do you have anything coming up?
I do. I'm joining Theo in the morning for his discussion, And what else am I doing? My brain is not working. Help me. Other than
Kara watches.
Kira watches, yes. That's kind of on hold right now because there's some issues.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
but
Mr.
that's on
Burger is
Thursdays.
he's putting a few things
He's
on
in
the
a-
back burner for the time being.
Mhm.
While he is a burger in exile, hint, hint.
Yes. And then I'm here every Friday at 5:30 PST for the weekly Rogues Gallery. Also, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Like he said, we are trying to get to 500 subs, and that'd be really great. Thank you.
Exactly. We're right at 3:30. We've got the watch hours. We just need the subs, so we're getting there slowly but surely. Let's see. I will be over on the pub later on this evening. I may or may not also be over on insert title here. But everybody go subscribe to Drunken Emerald Arrows channel for that show, which will be coming up here shortly. And again, you can catch Gal and Devil over there on Dermy Wormy's channel. Go subscribe to them. They're awesome. And follow me on the X's and you'll know what all's going on with this channel. And I may or may not have some updates coming up next month. But other than that, it's been fun and we'll see everybody next week. And looking for the outro.
I'll be back.